What up, guys? We're in the Upside Down. Pro Wrestle Times PWT podcast is back with another episode. Phil here. Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah. And Hairline's here too. Yeah.
Back like Raquel.
Back like Raquel, guys. Your boy Phil's on a different mic here, but yeah. So hopefully everything sounds good for you guys. Yeah, don't, he says. Guys, what's up? We're here, another episode. What's up, Sport of Wrestling? We know you're we know you're checking back in, dude. That guy said before we plug the patrons. Yeah, that guy said on Twitter, he was like, dude, I got dared by my friend. I had a bet that I could trigger the IWC by making everyone mad at me and roasting me and shit. Like, dude, he's just mentally unwell. I don't even really like making fun of him because it's
I'll
so
make
bad.
Fun of him.
Yeah, go hard.
Listen,
go ahead.
They call me Hairline, and fucking your hairline is just as bad as mine, dog. You know what I'm saying? And fucking
boom, roast.
God.
Okay, patrons, patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. Russ Paxson. We got Ashley V in there. We got Mark Hugh to Mark. And we got Hairline's manager, Reggie Rodriguez. Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And speaking of booming, we got a lot of hard-hitting wrestling action to get into. But first, Hairline, as this does relate to WWE, did I plug our other shit? Dude, we're at Pro Wrestle Times all over social media. At Pro Wrestle Clips is the main channel, and then at Pro Wrestle Times is the podcast channel on YouTube. You guys already know.
PWT TikTok.
Yeah, and then PWT Podcasts on TikTok. But anyways, though, so I wanted to talk about Tyson Fury, former WWE superstar. He's recently said, pro wrestling's harder on the body than boxing is, I thought it'd be easier.
Yep.
I might just stick to boxing.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. So shout out Fury, man. He gets it. And it's the truth. It bangs up your whole body. Boxing, you can get away with avoiding a lot of the shots. Speaking of which, he had a boxing match in Saudi Arabia against Francis Ngannou. And I was explaining this off pod to Hairline, and we were both like, oh, save it for the show, because I was kind of getting into the weeds there. So why this match was important, and I'm about to pop Hairline with this even. Tyson Fury is the lineal heavyweight champion of boxing. He's got like 4 heavyweight titles, right? The WBO, the WBC, the WBA, the fucking, right? So Francis Ngannou, or do you know about Tyson Fury's backstory? Tons of mental health struggles, alcoholic, almost killed himself, lost like 200 pounds. He's still like 300 pounds, but he's like Walter. He lost a shitload of weight, and he's a gypsy.
Ooh, Gunther?
Yeah, Gunther, sorry. I said Walter.
Much better.
Yeah, but dummy, yeah. So Tyson Fury, right? He's the Gypsy King, and he's the greatest boxer of all time. He's never lost. He's a big heavyweight, 6'9", long reach. You've seen him in WWE. You see he's a big boy. Yeah, so he's the greatest boxer ever, and he's got a fucking dad bod, but he's just technically, he's one of the best in the world. Francis Ngannou is a man who grew up in Cameroon in Africa, and he was digging sand pits as a child. He was captured and imprisoned, Hairline, by like warlords and shit. He escaped it. Got away in the ocean. They caught him, bro. Brought him back. Digging sand pits. Escaped again. Got away. Came to the UFC. Knocks out everyone to death. Is the hardest hitter. The hardest recorded punch in human history is Francis Ngannou. He wins the world heavyweight title, does not re-sign with the UFC because he says, let me go box. And he's like, pay the fighters more money. I want to be on the board to represent the fighters, to make sure that we have the fighters' best interests at hand. He won the world heavyweight UFC belt, Hairline. They were like, no, you're going to fight for the peanuts we give you, because I'm sorry, in MMA and UFC, they really don't pay these motherfuckers. Now, that's getting better and better every year. And they do pay their athletes incredibly well, like all things considered. But compared to like NFL guys and shit, MMA guys, they do not get paid. And they're fucking beating themselves up, man. And compared to boxers, like Ngannou made like $100 million for this fight or something like that, dude. And that's all he wanted to do. He's like, UFC, let me please, like as your world heavyweight champion, let me go to boxing and I'll fight the best heavyweight boxer of all time. The UFC's like, nope, you're under contract with us, da-da-da-da. So he left with their world title, Hairline, fought the best boxer of all time,
It's like
took
Bret
him,
Hart.
bro.
Not
He's
Bret
Bret Hart. He's Bret Hart. No, Ngannou's the GOAT, bro. He went and he fought the GOAT boxer yesterday, hairline, in Riyadh to kick off Riyadh season, Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And yeah, sorry, but like, I'm sorry, like we gotta put it over, right?
Yeah.
Ngannou, hairline, knocked down the champion, beat him up. He's all bloody, his eyes fucked up, knocked him down, rocked him around. It was a good, well-paced, even fight. This was Ngannou's first ever professional boxing fight. And everyone's like, this is a joke. Before the match, Tyson Fury signed a contract to fight a whole other guy 1 month later, hairline. That's how disrespectful he was being. Ngannou took him to the limit, knocked down the boxing GOAT, dude. Ngannou did. Went decision. All 10 rounds went decision. The judges stole it from Francis Ngannou in a clear, rigged. So this is why boxing is dead. Now, everyone can say, oh, it is what it is. Boxing is dead. Like, boxing will always make sure the boxer wins. They did it in the Jake Paul fight too, right? Like, and I'm not saying Jake Paul like won that fight, but you see how. So basically, all the judge,
Right.
like, one judge had it for Ngannou, the other judge had it for Fury by 1 point, which I was like, that's even bullshit. Like, Ngannou won this fight, but the last judge, hairline, he had it scored 96-93. So like, without even explaining the scoring. Like, there's a huge discrepancy there where it's like, okay, wait, the other two judges had it a point apart, which is, everyone agrees it was a close fight. This one judge just had it all the way for Fury. It's like, that's rigged, and this is why boxing's dead. This is why MMA's overtaken it. It's the truth. This is why YouTubers had to come and resurge the popularity of fucking boxing, is because you motherfuckers, it's rigged and it's trash. I don't know. Ngannou won this fight, but they stole it from him, daddy. Like, they took the title from him in the Garden in Riyadh, daddy, in Saudi Arabia, in front of 100,000 people. Bro, this arena was huge. And Hairline's telling me off pod, he's like, dude, Vince McMahon's there with The Undertaker, with Mike Tyson. And by the way, Mike Tyson, hairline, was in Ngannou's corner. He trained him for this fight. Now, I'm going to get in the weeds here and explain why this stuff's important, but also with Tyson, Israel Adesanya, Nigerian UFC former middleweight champion. Kamaru Usman, Nigerian former welterweight champion. Two of the GOATs in MMA as well. They were in Francis Ngannou's corner. Sitting with Vince McMahon and Mike Tyson, hairline. Who was it?
Mike Tyson and Eminem Daddy with
Eminem Daddy.
Kennedy McMahon.
And who's sitting behind them? Kanye fucking West. You know.
Yeezy.
Yeah, only
What's his
Yeezy.
name now?
Who knows? Yeezus, Ye. I think it's Ye.
What was he wearing though? The better
bro, you know, I don't know. As long as he's not fucking saying anything, we're cool. Just sit there, make some fucking music, and cheer on fucking Ngannou, you know? And so, dude, they had a huge Cameroon turnout as well. They were chanting for Francis, the whole arena, the broadcast team, everything. They championed Ngannou like he was going to be the victor. The odds switched, they robbed it from him. Anyways, Ngannou, instead of going, oh, they robbed me, this is bullshit. He's a French guy, so he's like a French African guy, so he talks like this. So he's like, instead of that, he's like, dude, this is my first fight. I'm gonna get better, and this was a great. Now I know what to do. I'm gonna learn, bro. He beat up and knocked and rocked around the GOAT heavyweight boxer. It's fucking crazy. It's great. So here's the aftermath. Why this is crazy is that no, Toni wishes he was there, bro. So Dana White, leading up to this fight, trashed Ngannou because he runs the UFC, and Ngannou left with their world heavyweight title. Okay, Dana White and Endeavor and Vince are all fucking business partners now. Vince and Endeavor and those guys were there to watch Ngannou and support Ngannou. They were sitting with Ngannou's people, watching him fight fucking Fury. But Dana White is beefing with fucking Ngannou, sort of, right? But here's my whole thing is this. After this performance, and Dana White was trashing it. He's like, it's a gimmick fight. It's nothing. Like, all this shit. Bro, all I'm saying is Ngannou might pop up in WWE, and don't be surprised if the UFC doesn't go look, and Endeavor doesn't go look, sir. We fucked up. Please come back here to the UFC, TKO, Endeavor. You don't work with Dana. You'll work with Ari. Yeah, you'll work with Vince. We'll get Vince on the phone with you. Yeah. All I'm saying is the other GOAT in MMA, the all-time GOAT ever, his name's John Jones, and he just moved up to heavyweight. So everyone's like, Jones.
Weight classes don't matter.
Jones and Ngannou, weight classes don't matter. Fucking, and dude, with no weight limit in heavyweight and boxing, fucking Ngannou came in. He was weighing like 272. He's like, holy fuck, man. Just because in UFC, the limit's 265. You can't come in. So he used to cut a bit of weight to get there. This fight was phenomenal. And then Hairline's like, we should talk about this on the show. He sent me a clip and I was like, oh, just so happens I wanted to talk about the fight. So we got clips here. We got Vince McMahon, who's asked about Dana White. And we have Dana White, who's asked about Vince McMahon. So I'm going to play this clip of Vince McMahon, and I'm going to play this clip, I'm going to read this clip of Dana White because he said it in the press. I don't think there's a video of it. Famously in the past, Dana White would do interviews and be like, man, Vince had asked me to fight him at WrestleMania. He's like, we could do a shoot or a match at WrestleMania. That's what Vince told Dana White, like back in the day, and that he's like, but he respects Dana's like, I fucking love Vince, he's like, but he's crazy, he's fucking crazy. He's a madman. So here's Dana White's quote on his relationship with Vince now. And this is via @Vic_8122. He follows us. We follow him. He's a good follow. So he says, Dana White talks about his relationship with Vince McMahon. Quote, my history with Vince isn't a good one, said White. He tried to fuck me so many times for no reason whatsoever, except just to fuck me. But that's in the past. Now that Vince and I are allies, no one's been a better partner than Vince. Since day one of the deal, it's like I'm dealing with a different guy. It goes to show you that when you oppose him, or he thinks you are opposing him, the guy comes after you blindly, which is crazy because Vince says the same shit, dude. And then he goes, once you are aligned, Vince is an incredible partner. We've probably spoken on the phone 20 times since the deal. It's since the deal 20 times? I don't even think I've spoken to my mother 20 times, bro. Get Dana on the phone. Vince. Holy shit. We've probably spoken on
a Dana voice?
No, he's just like a Boston guy. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I'll work on it, but he's not.
Yeah, we're definitely working on it.
So he goes, it's all added value conversation with Vince, doing work and raising the bar for both companies. And then he's asked about Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. He goes, Triple H and Stephanie have always been great to work with. I've always had a great relationship with them. Always. Even when we weren't aligned back in the day. And even when they're beefing, they had a great relationship. Yeah, hence, sure, UFC 200, where Brock Lesnar showed up, even though he was juiced to the gills, and WWE let him go do a UFC fight. And what did UFC do? They promoted the fuck out of that WWE game that Brock Lesnar was on the cover for, and they had Paul Heyman doing the commercials. So that was just money all around, right? Even when we weren't aligned back in the day, he says, but the most amazing story is my relationship with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, he's an absolute savage. Even with the stuff that went down with us in the past, I respect it. I love killers. He's definitely a killer. He's the Michael Jordan of the business world. That's Dana White saying that, bro. He flipped the UFC from a losing money. He bought it for $2 million. He talked his buddies from high school into it. And he's a fucking cardio kickboxer instructor. Okay. And he talked his rich buddies into buying UFC for $2 million. He flipped it into like this $4 billion enterprise that's now merged into TKO. That's like a $20 billion enterprise. And he's calling Vince the Michael Jordan of the business world. Tremendous. These two guys are working together with Ari Emanuel. And I'm like, my brain is exploding as a fucking MMA, WWE. You guys, they're setting up UFC performance institutes all over the world. Currently, Mexico, they're building it up. I'm telling you, NXT Mexico, NXT Japan. Dude, New Japan's ratings are doing so bad in Japan right now, apparently.
That sucks.
And their attendance down. It does suck. NXT Japan. Now's the time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Going for the kill.
Yeah, Dana. Let's get Dana on the phone. I heard you have a performance institute.
Yeah, call 21.
We're going to call it the Performance Center now, okay? Yeah, I know. Dana White's contender. We're going to have Vince McMahon's Contender Series. Yeah. Let's get me Vince Russo on the phone. I want to book a Brawl for All. I don't know. I'm being fucking stupid. I need more coffee. But anyway, so now let's get to Vince McMahon's quote on he's standing here with The Undertaker. So here's Vince McMahon and The Undertaker via MMA Junkies talking about Dana White.
Busting his chops?
Well, he said you tried to F him on multiple occasions.
Please, I don't do business that way. I don't bust anybody's chops unless they get in the way.
Yeah.
Dana and I do get along very, very well. He's really a good guy. And
Sorry, please. Do you think it's a case of two alpha males in the same spot and they're going to have to try and take each other out, or eventually realize they can coincide and build it even bigger?
you know, we're good partners and good businessmen. We're good businessmen. We get along.
Is it true you stuck him in the cheap seats for WrestleMania? Is it true that you stuck him in the cheap seats for WrestleMania?
No, not at all.
He did.
What are your thoughts?
He did for sure, bro. Yeah, so Dana. So listen, bro. This is what Vince, he ribbed Dana. It's respect, bro. It's wrestling. They rib each other, and 100%. Vince did this, and the way he laughs and goes, "No, not at all, not at all. Why would me? No, I would never do that." Vince is known for his infamous ribs, and yeah, dude, and this is one of them. So back in the day, he invited. He invited Dana White and shit to like a WrestleMania. Yeah, come see what we're all about. We could be partner. This could be great, you know? Dana shows up with his team and shit, and he had him stuck in like the rafters, like in the worst fucking seats in the building. And Dana was like, what the fuck? And then when they had the deal with like Ronda, Dana White was in the front row cheering on Ronda. And like after her match, she went out there and gave him a hug and shit like that. So he was like, that was cool, Dana, because Dana's always been a shooter, right? Like he doesn't have to keep kayfabe. But I don't know. Just look at Vince here. This shit is hilarious.
You stuck him in the cheap seats for WrestleMania? Is it true that you stuck him in the cheap seats for WrestleMania?
No, not at all.
And
Your
Taker's
thoughts on
like,
the dynamic between Vince and Dana now that they're working together.
I think it's hilarious. They're so similar, the both of them. So it's too well. All due respect.
He's a tough guy. Come on.
But yeah, they're very similar. They say what's on their minds, and they're both really good businessmen. And they definitely want the best for each of their brands.
But better.
Undertaker's been getting lit with fucking sultans all day, dude. Whatever he wants.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh, Undertaker, we love you." They're just throwing him fucking whatever he wants, dude. You know, that's why these guys go over there. And you know, every time I bring it up, guys, like next week is or this weekend is the fucking the Crown Jewel or whatever.
Crown Jewel.
And every time I bring it up, you know, like I'm always like, yeah, it's crazy that the women have to fucking wear like
Right.
they're not wearing, they have to cover their bodies and shit's like crazy, dude. And Hairline always brings up, he's like, but there's women on billboards. There's women like being presented in front of all these people doing shit that no one's seeing. Like, you can't tell me that's not going to help push things in the right direction. Exactly. You know, like you can't tell me that that's not a foot in the right direction. You can't say that. And it's like, that is so true, dude. And wrestling did it. Wrestling's doing it before anyone. And UFC as well. You know, they have female fighters over there. For instance, people are pointing this out on X, formerly known as Twitter. This Crown Jewel coming up has more women featured on the card than AEW's whole fucking biggest pay-per-view of all time or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they have more women featured on this show than most wrestling companies are even willing to put on fucking TV, you know, bar Impact or whatever.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Hairline's right about that. But yeah, man, your thoughts on like the Ngannou Fury shit and just Vince and them balling out and fucking, I don't know, man, keep pushing it forward, and Saudi Arabia's making plays at the world. Your thoughts on all that stuff?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll say like it's good that Dana White is like doing what he's got to do and sucking it up to fucking do what's best for business and whatnot, you know. So
that's what real business.
That is what it is, man. I want some of that. Obviously, we don't ever have access to that, but like Taker just wilding, fucking getting drunk and shit, and fucking being rock stars, man.
Dude, they're just hanging out with
so crazy
like shit. Yeah.
And Vince has got a cane now. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, and people were memeing that. Look, the Undertaker and Kane. Oh, that's good shit. Okay, so speaking of WWE, I think we covered pretty much all the bases on that as much as we could. So WWE Monday Night Raw, we're just going to breeze through these guys. We got the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, Daddy. Tonight we got Jey Uso and Damian Priest. We got an NXT Women's Championship match. We got McIntyre versus Zayn. Logan Paul shows up. We got the New Day and Alpha Academy. So basically the show kicks off with Priest and Balor. Cody comes out, roasts them. Da-da-da-da. This was all good shit. JD comes out, hits Cody from behind. You know, he's got they fuck his ankle up. So Cody's injured. kayfabe or not, I don't know. Obviously a work. Your thoughts, Hairline?
Priest is going to make a great champion, man.
Yeah.
That's really like what I took away from all this. Like, he's definitely next up with that shit. And then, yeah, Priest and Cody at Crown Jewel. Looking forward to that.
Yep.
So, like, this kayfabe injury, is it like to separate Blue Soul from Cody? Or?
I don't know. Maybe he's got to film a TV show or something. Who fucking knows? You know what I mean? He just appeared on some Netflix anime thing. Maybe he just needs a couple weeks off or something. Who knows, you know?
With Kenny Omega. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I was saying, though, they're fucking. I don't know if it's to get him away from Blue Soul or if it's just like Cody wants to do his like angle that he always does, where I'm wrestling injured, daddy.
Right. Yeah. So, and then we got Alpha Academy, Gable and Otis with Maxine and Akira. He's just full blown. So they take on the New Day, Kofi and Xavier. Fuck, I love when the New Day are back together. And hopefully Big E comes back soon. We keep hearing it's coming. Hopefully it comes soon. I say make 6-man titles and give them to the fucking New Day and let them reign with those for like a year, just as like a send off for them. Cause they're probably, you know, Big E hurt his neck real bad. Kofi's a little older. Not saying any of them lost a step, but you know, some of them got to be winding down a bit. I don't. Xavier might get his world title run one day, but I just don't. I don't ever see that happening. I'm sorry, but either way, though, good match. New Day wins. Your thoughts on that?
So I guess fucking Alpha Academy is just back to doing comedy. Like there was like 2-3 weeks where like they were a serious faction and going against Gunther and whatnot. Not that like they can't be comedy, but it was like finally like, okay, fucking we're taking Gable serious. Nah, back to the comedy shit.
I'm okay
fucking
with it.
Barrett made a reference to fucking Richard Simmons, and Cole was all like, how old are you? You know, so that popped me pretty good. That was funny shit. Otis's bantering was also entertaining. Fucking Woods did a reverse caterpillar. Yeah, at the end of it, Gable ran up and put him in the ankle lock, and it's all like, yeah, that's for sure what a reverse caterpillar fucking deserves, man.
100%. I pop for that. So then backstage, we got Becky Lynch, and she's like, Indy Hartwell never lost the NXT Women's title, which a good little, I'm down with. I'm like, okay, this is a good, that sold me on that. You know, I'm a MMA mark, so I'm like, okay, she never lost the belt. Let's see it. So and then Laya Valkyria is here, and she's gonna try and get in my head or whatever. They wrestle on NXT, which we'll cover. Then we get a fucking epic Ivar Viking Warrior fucking package, and Eric is not gonna be back for a while. That's been reported. He's out for like a good long while. So backstage we get Rhea Ripley. So Rhea Ripley says like, yo, we did everything we could to take the championship off you. Now you're dealing with Drew. Basically, it's Rollins and Drew are gonna fight, and he could be the one to take the title off him. And then we get Hartwell and LeRae. I guess they're friends. They're talking. Natalia, pardon me, comes in. Tegan Nox is injured in her match against Lyra. Your thoughts on all that?
First off, the Lyra being in the building shit was kind of a fucking giveaway to what was coming.
Right.
You know? And it was like, fuck, man. Jesus, fuck. The Ivar shit. What a bunch of fucking Game of Thrones marks. Holy shit, right? Jesus. And then Seth and Mommy. I wrote down, Seth said, you can cash in the belt. But then he quickly changed it to fucking briefcase. And in the moment improv that he botched. Natty needs to stop sticking her nose in other people's business, god damn it.
Yeah, that's her whole gimmick now. It's just like, let me show up and just intervene in shit I'm not involved in.
Right. It's good for like her staying relevant and whatnot, but yeah, it's just all like, Natty, you basically can out wrestle anyone, so knock it off.
So we get an NXT Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch takes on Indy Hartwell. I could give a fuck less about any of this. And yeah, Becky Lynch retains, as we knew she would. And then we get Xia Li jumps LeRae. Good. And I was like, good. And yeah, she sent a message. So Xia Li is being propped up. Good. I always felt like she's been underutilized. And then we get Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They're like, we got off on the wrong foot. This is a gesture of goodwill. They kind of say we appreciate it. Obviously, they're going to feud more. Maybe they teased. That tease was for next year's War Games, and Meltzer was right. Just kidding. I don't know. Probably not. And then, yeah, your thoughts on all of that.
So, like I was saying, it was smart to have Lyra at the ringside to hype up NXT and make you want to tune into NXT. But like I was saying, it was kind of like, they were spoiling what was going to happen there. The way fucking, she whipped her into the barricade there, and that shit was so fucking savage, dog. Hartwell fucking ended up tapping to the disarmer. Like, this was all filler, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was fillered to get you to like tune into NXT and see what was going to happen next. The Xia Li afterbirth and whatnot, just attack and miss the same face. Like they're weaving this all in between this shit.
Yeah, there'll be a
like,
tag match. There'll be like a tag match, LeRae and Hartwell versus Xia and whoever the fuck. So maybe Lyra. I don't know. Does Lyra go heel? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But I think Lyra versus Tiffy. That's what you're going to get after Tiffy and finally deal with their little stuff there. So anyways, contract signing for the Women's World Championship. This is just like, come on, man. You got fucking 15 people out here. Raquel, Baszler, Stark. It's like, Stark, you just don't belong in this match, period. And then you got Jax. You got Ripley. Where's Ripley? Pierce said he's going to get Ripley's signature later. All the girls do their thing. They talk their shit. They all brawl. Fucking, what your thoughts on this, man? I just think this is messy, clunky, and they're just like, I know, let's get 15 women on the show. Which is cool, but goddamn, this is all that's going to happen. Ready? Here, I'll hit the X-Files, but it should be more like an I told you so, but...
truth is out there.
Mommy's pinning Zoe Stark. Okay, guys? After Nia squishes Stark, and then Mommy will throw Nia into the ring post, and then she'll pin fucking Stark. That's what's going to happen. So, go ahead. Your thoughts.
So, I don't know. Psychology-wise, it was an excellent tease for, like, Rhea and whatnot, just to get the crowd to pop for when she did eventually come out and whatnot. Nia was pretty fucking cringe here, man. She was trying to, like, lead the promo, but she didn't completely have conviction in the shit she was saying.
No.
But, like, the whole thing is, like, I honestly believe all these women could take out Nia Jax in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking the Lizard could tap her out. Raquel could take her out with her back alone.
I think in real life, Nia would murder Zoe Stark. I don't even think it'd be close.
You think so?
Oh, dude. She's Samoan, bro, and you got to remember, like, with women, bro, they don't fight like dudes, bro. They grab hair and they start whipping each other around. She would ragdoll a lot of those girls, bro. I'm telling you.
Zoe is cold-blooded, though, dog.
Yeah, but she just does fucking fake flips, bro. Like, in real life, you can't just do flips, right? Like, that doesn't work, so...
Now, to say something positive about Nia, she had a pretty good dig at Texas and whatnot, so that was pretty smart in the moment heel shit.
So, Ludwig Kaiser tells Vinci... he needs you to get the job done and take Gargano out tonight. Your performance reflects on me now. Bronson Reed interrupts. Whatever. So there's Tozawa comes and challenges Reed. Okay. And then we get Vinci versus Vinci with Kaiser versus Gargano. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Jonah's in comedy matches now, or what?
He's just going to squish guys till they got something for him. And he just had an epic banger with Gunther, So I don't know. Just keep them strong for the time being. It's hard to preserve all these guys, man. That's what people got to understand. You can't just have Kenny Omega and Danielson and Punk and everyone's winning and everyone's doing well. And then you want to tap out Danielson with Garcia. Like, why even waste that now? Why not wait 3 years and do that when you squeeze the juice? Like, goddamn. Anyways, Vinci with Kaiser fight Gargano. Gargano wins. I don't give a fuck. Your thoughts?
The Ciampa interference, so same face would win.
And Ciampa comes to help him. Can we just get a tag match already with DIY? What the fuck's going on? Let's have them working their ways to the belts already. Like, what? Jesus Christ. I wanted to see them versus KO and Sami Zayn. Jesus.
I guess, like, I don't want to say it pulls me out of it, but it's like the whole thing with fucking Gunther and all that is the mat is sacred and all that. Really, he shouldn't be like going in on Da Vinci because he should be like, well, they had to fucking, they had to do an interference to beat you, bud. So
yeah, man. So then we get a pre-tape of Shinsuke. He wants to find an opponent. Come on. They had him with Seth. He was so over. Like, I think that was the time to strap Shinsuke up, but all good, whatever.
I agree. The internet marks are saying he made some references to CM Punk there. I don't know, though.
Sure, bro. Punk's coming. People are like, what? Wrestling companies don't tease? No, dude, WWE does not do that. They vehemently don't do that, and the UFC does not fuck around with shit like that, and Endeavor knows the value in when to do that and when not to do that. You guys have to understand that WWE knows how to work social media. Look at all that White Rabbit shit. They know how to work that. Look at Nikki Cross standing in the background of the promos. People were pointing out on NXT, it's not Mello who jumped Trick. It's fucking Wes Lee, bro. Wes Lee was standing there listening to their conversation in the background. You got to pay attention.
Oh, yeah, good point, man.
Dude, you got to pay attention in WWE. They know how to work that shit. It's Punk, bro. They're not going to tease it unless there's something there. So it might not happen at Survivor Series because we all think it is. It might happen at the Rumble, but it's happening. They're going to get Punk for this Mania. Without question, Punk is friends with Dana White and Ari Emanuel, and Triple H is known for burying the hatchet. Triple H brought in Bruno Sammartino. Triple H brought in Ultimate Warrior. Triple H helped mend the fences with all these guys, with Vince and them. He's the guy who helped Vince go, no, we got to bring Bruno and shit. He will mend the fence with Punk. It's all good.
Yeah, you're right.
Punk's showing up. He's going to be there at this Mania in some form, whether he shows up at Rumble, whether he shows up at Mania, whether he shows up at Survivor Series. He's coming back, okay? We get Logan Paul in the ring. He says he's going to beat up Ray. Dominic comes out. They're getting booed to death, the two hottest heels in the business, or what? Logan's like cucking out Samantha Irvin because she's over on Twitter, and I'm going, stop Aubrey Edwardsing for yourself. We get it. Ricochet runs out, though, to make the save. It's a storyline. He's kissing her. I hate that shit. And then what? They're just going to have a tag match against Ricochet. Whatever, but come on, boys. You know, Ricochet and Ray versus Dom and Logan. Sweet, but... And, like, I'll watch the shit out of that. That'll be a great match. Okay, Crown Jewel, I say you put the U.S. title on fucking Logan. That's what I say. But I'm just like, dude, I hate bringing in the announcers and unless the ref's doing like a screw job or some crazy shit. I don't like involving them in shit, you know? I think you go ahead.
I wouldn't say it's quite like Aubrey Edwards level, but like it's definitely...
It's not, but she's over on Twitter, and that's why they're involving her and shit. She's like more over than Ricochet is on Twitter, yeah. So.
Yeah, she's done. She's damn fine too.
Yes.
So Logan Paul still not putting his opponent over. Someone please pull him aside and be like, listen, you got to make your opponent credible, goddammit.
Yep.
Yeah, man, those were literally the two most hated people in WWE in the same fucking ring, bro, at the same time.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So go ahead. Dom
just had him eating out of his hand, bro. They fucking, it's crazy to see how far Dom's come, man.
Did you see Sean Ross Sapp get murdered on the internet because he was like, oh, the piped in boos are getting ridiculous, and then people were sending him videos. They're like, nah, we're in the arena, bro. It ain't. And then he's like, I know for a fact I was told that they're piping them in. And it's like, yeah, you get told lies. Anyways.
Fuck that guy.
So yeah, SRS is a fucking stooge, man. In no other sport, league, or anything could you report on a fucking sport or a thing. Like if you were just made shit up like this about movies, could you survive and be deemed credible? You'd be stuck to being like a clickbait Instagram page. It's crazy to me.
I suppose that's subjective with Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot, but this is a wrestling pod, so...
Right, but Rotten Tomatoes is just paid to fucking it's been out for years. See, it's so funny because they're like, oh, everyone's talking about it now. Rotten Tomatoes is shills. They're paid to... Yes, like it's been that way for years. You guys so Piper Niven and Chelsea Green take on Natalya and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross staring off into the void. She walks off. She's a spooky girl. People are saying, is she in the Uncle Howdy Wyatt 6? Could be. They're teasing that. I've been saying it could come back. Doesn't really make sense. She'd be in the faction, but I'm down with take all the spooky people, put them in one group, and let Bo Dallas lead them as Uncle Howdy, and do it in honor of fucking Bray Wyatt as Hairline wears his super epic Undertaker casket t-shirt. That shit is fire as fuck.
Chelsea and Piper versus Natty and Schmiegel,
Yeah, and I just don't care about this Niven Green shit, bro. I gotta be honest. Like, I'll stare at Green all day. I'll listen to her all day, but I don't care about this whatsoever. This tag division sucks balls.
Oh, how dare you? No, the division's just cursed, dog. God damn it, kayfabe.
Yeah, hopefully they come and rectify. You're right, dude.
Hey, I have a wrestling podcast, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Who was the Irish girl that just wrestled?
Valkyria.
No, the one right before.
Tegan Knox.
Yeah, so Tegan Knox is injured a third time now?
Yes, she's legit injured, and she's injury prone, homie, obviously.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan. Jesus.
We're gonna get into all that.
So these are the clear results of what happened when you take someone's precious away. They're just going to hop off the ring.
Okay. So backstage, Drew McIntyre tells Jay, I'm sorry for your loss. Sorry, I had to do a Brendan Schaub there. I'm sorry for your loss of the tag team titles. I can't imagine what it's like for the bloodline to cost you the match, but get over it. Brendan Schaub, man, he's this goofball. I bring him up and roast him all the time, but he tells this joke. He tells this joke about, okay, it doesn't matter if you exaggerate in jokes and stuff. Like, obviously people are going to exaggerate when you're a comedian. You're going to make shit up. make it, or make up a story that's completely false or something. But the problem with him is all of his shit is stories that are like half truths that are verifiable through just watching his career. And like he does like 40 podcasts, so you could just watch him all day and like he's lying or whatever, but it all is to like make him look good. He doesn't understand he doesn't understand like self-deprecation, like that's more funny, being relatable. It's always like, I'm smart, everyone's dumb. So this one joke he tells us about.
He's got a visual pod, doesn't he?
Yep, you knew it. All of his pods. He always thinks when his podcast numbers are going down, he's like, "Oh, I know, I'll get a new set," and he changes the set design of his pod, and it's like, but then he literally tells people who criticize him because his YouTube numbers are down. He's like, "No, we don't care about views, dog. We just care about audio. Audio is what we care about." Then why the fuck do you change your set? Literally, he's had like 7,000 set changes. And that's exactly the point, bro. Podcasting is an audio art form first. These fucking marks with their toys behind them in the wrestling podcast space. There's a reason you get 7 views, and we've been around for 6 months, and we average over 50K views a month. Every 28 days, actually, over 50K views. There's a reason for that. Not to even flex and be like, we're better. It's just there's a reason. It's because we're audio first, bro. We're not marking out for ourselves. We want tables. We'll get into that on Collision. These fucking 5 marks trying to get a We Want Tables chant. Yeah. The rest of the crowd's like, no, we're good. Yeah, like the rest of the crowd's like, no, we're good. Like, no, we don't, Yeah, anyway, so it's just stop me. So Brendan Schaub tells this joke. He goes, oh, yeah, so after this UFC fight, this Asian doctor comes up to me, and he's like, oh, Mr. Schaub, I'm sorry for your loss. This be worst pain your life. And then the thing is, though, is that this Asian doctor for the UFC is like a well-known guy, and he literally talks like this. And he was born in America and has better English than Brendan Schaub does. He speaks more fluently than Brendan Schaub does. And it's like, Schaub, I don't know, it's just cringe. So when McIntyre told Jay Bluso, I'm sorry for your loss, I had to say it that way. Anyways, okay, yeah. Sorry, shout out PF Chang's and the homeless cats. Yeah. Anyways, he's just like, get over yourself. Cool. Drew heel turn. I like big nasty Drew. The Miz tells Adam Pearce, which fucking shout out The Miz. He goes, it's been weeks since I've had something worthy for my stature on the show. Facts. Ripley interrupts him, which is hilarious. She just cucks out The Miz. And I love that The Miz he's always done what's best for business. He'll lay down for Tozawa. He'll get cucked out. He'll have a banger with Seth. He'll do what he's got to do. So she signed the contract for Crown Jewel and handed it to Pierce. Bickety bam. Then we get McIntyre versus Zayn. This match was a fucking banger. I don't know. Hairline's probably got spots in it. Ripley gets on the ring apron now. Like I don't know, man. Judgment Day's all over the place. And a Claymore kick, pin victory. Your thoughts on all this?
So Drew was basically just throwing it in Bluso's face that fucking the bloodline fucked him. How does that feel, bud? Boom. It's your own medicine there, daddy.
Yeah. And he's an asshole.
Yeah, so fucking, I'm pretty sure I've said this already, but Rhea Ripley said her first crush in wrestling was The Miz, so that was kind of fucking cute that they were working together. Honestly, man, I was like, what I wanted was fucking, I guess you want to X-Files quick?
Oh, yeah, do I want to X-Files? My favorite thing to do. Are you kidding me?
The truth is out there. No, man, but like, I just really wanted fucking Aldis to pop up and fucking offer The Miz something better, because Aldis was there, and they were teasing this fucking... This deception, right, dude? And most of all, fucking Rhea said Dom has a gorgeous face, and he does. Top tier face right there. Drew versus Sammy. Drew was big body as fuck, basically in control the whole fucking match there. Rhea distracting Sammy and whatnot. Judgment Day is basically the new bloodline, you know what I'm saying? They're weaved throughout everything and fucking, they're just keeping everything flowing and whatnot. WWE found their formula, and now they're sticking with it, man.
Very, very smart shit. Up next, we get Nick Aldis, speaking of which, and he's talking with my girls, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Yeah. And Adam Pearce tells Aldis, when I said you can stay and watch the show, that didn't mean you go around and chat with my superstars. Aldis said, I'm going to make that easy for you, and I'm going to take off. And he's like, I was just here having friendly conversations. Oh, really, dude? Bronson Reed takes on Akira Tozawa with Maxine Dupree, and they got fucking Alpha Academy all over this shit, too. Bronson Reed wins with a big tsunami, a glorified squash match. I actually really enjoyed this. I like both these guys. Your thoughts on all of that? Nick Aldis and then this match here.
Yeah, so it's Pierce is back, basically that jealous ex-boyfriend that fucking... And then Schmigo gloomed past looking for her precious. I wrote down I wanted Tozawa to win somehow, just so like all the fucking the New Japan marks would cry about Jonah beating Okada. You know, there was this Tozawa like went to go take a fucking bump from Reed, and then Reed bumped into the ropes from it. I don't know. That was just fucking like there seemed to be like they weren't communicating. Unfortunately, the New Japan marks win this round and fucking.
So
Jonah won. So
backstage, Rollins tells Drew, "Congratulations on your first win as the newest member of Judgment Day." And then McIntyre tells Rollins, "You're paranoid. I saw you talking to Rhea earlier tonight." And then Rollins is like, "I don't need Judgment Day to beat you at Crown Jewel." I don't know. I think Rollins is going to retain, but fucking Drew, man. But I love all the marks who I literally had to block on X who were like, "We saved your tweets, man." Like right when Drew lost to Gunther. And they're like, "We saved your tweets, man. See, we told you. They're just burying him." Like when he came back, and it's like, dude, this doesn't mean he's not going to win the world. Like you guys just want him to come and kill everyone and beat everyone.
Who's getting buried?
Drew McIntyre. And it's like he's about to get a world
working with Seth Rollins
for the world heavyweight title at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
And he could win this match, very likely. You know, I could see this belt. Who knows? Or if he doesn't, he's up there. He's one of the guys that they look at as a top guy. They value him way too much, man. You guys don't get it. You don't get it, man. Like, relax.
Right. No, where I'm getting frustrated with this shit, dog, is like these people arguing with you don't even understand basic fucking wrestling psychology. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or
like,
how to build a guy, like how to keep him strong and keep you invested in him. Hey, guess what? If they beat everyone, you would start going, "Yeah, he just beats everyone." Like that's the thing. You'd fall out of love. Like, why do you love McIntyre so much? Because of his trials and tribulations.
Right.
Because of him leaving the WWE and building that name and then coming back and winning the title in the pandemic and beating Brock Lesnar in under 6 minutes but then losing the belt to Roman and then clawing and not losing to Gunther, who's on this insane run and he's the longest reigning IC champ of all time. These are all beats to the story, bro. They're telling stories, homie. It's called wrestling.
Right.
It's called booking houses and drawing fucking houses and getting you invested in people that you want to see fight. God fucking damn. Like Conor McGregor didn't win every fight. Muhammad Ali didn't win every fight. Okay, these people Francis Ngannou, who I was just blowing earlier, he didn't win. He hasn't won every fight. He lost to Stipe. That's what made him the GOAT, was when he came back and then he starched Stipe, and it was like, holy shit. And then he fought a wrestler who couldn't get him down. He knocks out the best wrestler ever. Holy shit. This is why we love him. It's the trials and the tribulations, bro. Fuck. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess more or less just what I want to hear is like someone thinking that a Saudi payday is an L just completely discredits everything you have to fucking say.
Yeah, dude. And they say who they want too. Like the Saudis get to be like, "We want Drew," you know? Yeah, we love Drew, you know? And Undertaker's there partying with them like, "Yeah, dude, this Drew kid, I'm telling you." Anyways, main event time. Main event, Jay Bluso takes on soon to be main event Damian Priest. He's going to be like LA Knight over on his next babyface run, Damian Priest. And he comes out and they call him the Punisher, and he's going to do punishment, and has the Punisher logo on his gear now. He's becoming the Punisher, fucking Damian Priest, homie. Yeah. Anyways.
So I would make some kind of Ring of Honor reference here, but like I don't want to discredit the guy since Tony Khan's fucking ruined Ring of Honor.
Yeah, exactly. He was from before the Khan era, okay? He jumped off that ship. Anyways.
Yeah, Punishment Martinez.
This was a great main event. A bunch of bullshit with the Judgment Day going on. Cody comes in, hits Priest with a chair. He just fucking grabs a chair. He's just like, "Fuck this," you know? And then he's going to hit the concerto on Priest's ankle. Balor pulls Priest out of the ring. So that's the afterbirth, but Priest gets the win ultimately. And this was just a great match between two super over motherfuckers. Your thoughts?
We had a fucking We Want Tables chant by all 25 neckbeards in attendance. I don't know what they were doing here. I didn't know neckbeards like sports entertainment, so it is what it is. Finn came down to interfere, but Bluso also came down to interfere. So, you know, they kind of outdid each other there. These refs don't give a shit about the fucking rules. I've said that a million times now. And most of all, you marks need to get used to that. The Judgment Day is gonna run everything. Okay, it's their era, man. And then fucking, you had injured Cody Rhodes coming down to have his fucking superhero moment. It kind of made me think fucking Priest is gonna be losing that crown jewel, man. But he's got the briefcase, so does he really lose?
So we're moving along to that was Raw, so good shit. We're moving along to the Halloween Havoc. They're in Winter Park, Florida, at the Performance Center. It's a 2-night thing, so I guess this upcoming week, rather, it's Halloween Havoc.
Halloween on Tuesday.
So that's cool. Shotzi and Scarlett Bordeaux hosted this shit. They did cosplay throughout the shit, and apparently they're like real life, really good friends, and they go stay at like haunted houses to get like, oh, this hotel's haunted. They'll go like rent a room there and hang out together, like for shoots. So
series.
Oh, okay, there you go. So I didn't know that. That's why they're the co-hosts and hostesses of the Halloween Havoc. Shotzi's just the absolute shits in everything. Promos, wrestling, I don't know.
And she's not unattractive or anything.
Right. And
she's not a good wrestler.
If it's me, cross to NXT. Boom, I said it. Cross to NXT, have him just work the main event. Breaker, Corbin, all those fucking guys. Anyways.
Yeah, he could be in the Corbin position right now.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Corbin's been great lately. But anyways, we're going to get into all that. So Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James in a Devil's Playground match. Fucking,
all right, hold on.
Your thought.
Yo, you got nothing?
I got nothing, bro. This is honestly like they came out. I was like, oh, nice cosplay. All the girls always dress up for Halloween and wrestling. You see it in AEW too. And I'm like, cool, but you're slutty Freddy Krueger. Sweet. But here's the thing. This match was like, I don't know, bro. They just kicked the show off with a bunch of, this is just super AEW. I've been shitting on NXT lately, I gotta be honest. But here's the thing. Booker and Vic make this such a nice show to listen to.
Yeah, they do.
Like throughout the show, they're such a good commentary team. And here's I'm gonna X-file it or whatever.
The truth is out.
Fuck Kevin Patrick and all these other guys, I'm telling you right now. No. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, even Tom Hannafan and all these guys, they're really good. Fuck all them, though. Do you want to know who the next Michael Cole is? Who the GOAT is? The next GOAT that we're going to be going, he's the GOAT. Vic Joseph.
Yeah.
That's the next GOAT of wrestling.
Yep.
And Graves is obviously up there, but he's the GOAT of like the Heenan Ventura position. The heel healing. I'm talking like the GOAT Cole, the JR, right? Those are the GOATs.
Right.
Vic Joseph is the next one on that list. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, though, Hairline.
All right.
This match. Give me your thoughts on this match. This was shit, and I was completely tuned out. Your thoughts?
So the Devil's round is a slide, a kiddie pool, and some swings, I guess. But here's the thing. Like, okay, I'm kind of jumping ahead. I thought this was like a really shitty, spooky set. But then we saw the spooky set that was on the fucking Abadon versus Ada Wong match.
Bro, listen, these...
And that was fucked. That was they're like, yep. Oh, so the budget's there's a little bit of spider webs and a couple pumpkins.
No, listen to me. This, I felt like Toni was like, oh, I know, we'll have a little pool and a little kiddie swing and we'll have a little playground. And then NXT did it, and he was like, oh, drats. Because this shit, I was like, this is the Texas Chainsaw match. Like, I instantly was like, oh my God. You go ahead.
Yeah. So it was a classic hat on a hat match, basically. Kiana hit Roxanne with Satan's laptop. That was a spot. And then there was a side Russian leg sweep onto Satan's slide, so that was another thing. And then Roxanne won with the Canadian Destroyer onto Satan's purse. And the purse was filled with Satan's bricks. So
Metaphor run into Shotzi and Scarlett. They do a tarot card reading. This is just more goofy shit. Akira Tozawa steals the Heritage Cup trophy. So he's all over. He's the new Judgment Day. He's all over WWE. But
Solid Snake.
Yeah, your thoughts on that?
Tozawa, Solid Snake. And man, I can't, God, fucking Meta's gotten over with me, bro. In a comedy way, though. It's not like,
yeah, you love that.
I guess
shit.
But the leader with a Meta Leak or whatever. I don't know. That's not the name, is it?
Noam Dar.
Meta Leak. So yeah, Noam Dar, man, like he's actually fucking. I compare him to almost like a Daniel Bryan as far as like technical wrestling. And
yeah, he's tremendous.
And like he's just like so comedy though that it like just contradicts all of that. Noam Dar, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. So then Vic Joseph sits down with Mellow Hayes, interviews him.
Mellow Hayes.
Yeah. Me and Trick.
Mellow gang.
Yeah, me and Trick are dogs. We're homies. I got to do what I got to do, which makes it, I'm going to X-Files it. I'm going to Fantasy Mark book it. The truth is out there. I'm stealing your spot.
Man.
I think the swerve is that it actually wasn't Mello. It's going to be Wesley, or they're going to plant the seeds that it's Wesley, and then it's actually to veer it off Mello because it's kind of obvious it's Mello. But also, what are you doing with Wesley? So it could be him. Though, so those are either of the outcomes. Obviously, I laid it out, but that's the perfect type of story to have, where it's like, oh, there's two valid outcomes here. What could it be? It's like a murder mystery, a whodunit. And this is very, so in my opinion, Shawn Michaels likes to redo all the old shit. Yeah, him and Triple H had an angle like this where Shawn Michaels got attacked. He got bloodied and bludgeoned, his head smashed through a car window. Nobody knew who did it. If you guys remember, this was years ago. Nobody knew who did it. And Triple H was walking around for weeks with a sledgehammer, beating people up and smashing in catering tables and interrogating people. Who beat up HBK? Who beat up HBK? And then it was shown, it was caught on camera, it was Triple H who beat up HBK. And then it turned into them feuding over the world title, I think, or maybe it wasn't even for the belt yet. But either way, that's an angle that HBK did with Triple H back in the day. I firmly believe that's what they're doing with Mello and Trick. It makes the most sense, right? So,
no, for sure.
Yeah. So then we get Lexis King versus Dante Chen. Lexis King comes out already. Now, we're not just saying this. I'm being objective. Okay. He's working the camera, which is shit he learned to do in AEW, which is chill. They let you do more of that in WWE. And that's a very WCW thing as well. And the irony, this character's great because the irony is he's like, fuck my dad, but he like is his dad. That's the whole, he's like a modern version of, they did it so brilliant. And it's just a work, shoot way for them to own this name, which I'm okay with. People online are like, oh, he has a girl's name. Man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I guess me too.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Either way, though, his debut was great. He's a billion times better than he was in AEW as far as this is all it is, guys. This is all the shit we talk about all the time. The pacing, although he was a little quick, he got to slow down a bit. He's got to just slow it down a bit. But just his like positioning, his selling, and just his all around like the psychology of what the match was and like how he's trying to get himself over. That being said, got to slow it down a bit. They're going to work on that. And that finisher, that's the shits. But it's early in his career. He beat whoever, Dante Chen, a jobber. And that move can just become one because it's a cool move, but as the finish, a little underwhelming. So it fell flat. So he's just got to use that as like a signature, like just a move in his arsenal. I hate even a signature move. I'm a Marco, but he's got to just throw that in the arsenal. But he's got to come up with a new. If I'm him, just fucking pile drive the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Do a diving knee stomp off the top, knee drop off the top. Just knee drop a motherfucker and pin him. Something simple and old school, right? What your dad would do. Anyways, though, Lexis King, good little solid debut, and they put it in a position like, hey, it's the long term here we're looking at with this kid. And we always knew it would be. He wasn't going to be a game changer, but I don't know, a great addition NXT. Your thoughts on this?
Man, so like I want to start with like fucking how sick was his entrance with the chair fucking sliding out and whatnot.
Awesome.
Just a fucking, what a star, man. The jobber tried really hard to fucking come back, but Lexus shut it down 30 seconds later. Yeah, I like the finisher, but like the whole thing is no one knew what the finisher's name was. So
and no one knew what the setup was. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Exactly. It's the finisher, and it's like he sets it up for most people do a DDT, or you'll see MJF does the pile driver or a leg drop or something. So he crossed the dude's arms and then he spins them for a neck breaker. And it's a really cool move. It looks sweet, but I don't like those as finishers. Those drape them on the ropes. Like MJF does that. Like, we'll get into the MJF match, but like you flip Destroyer Omega and then you throw him through the ropes and then pile drive him. How is Omega's just cover his ass? Oh, he has to make sure. It's just like, I don't like this. You hurt a guy. Cody Rhodes said it once. He's like, I learned from the old school guys and where they told me, never pick your opponent up. Why would you pick your opponent up? You know, the point of wrestling is you're trying to pin him to the mat. Why the fuck would you pick him up? You know, size him up or hit him with a move, but don't.
For the sequence.
Yeah, you don't pick your opponent. If you're going to put the energy into bending over and picking your opponent up, his shoulder off the mat, why don't you put that energy into pinning his shoulder to the mat? Dummies.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm not trying to shit. I'm not trying to shit. Yeah, I'm not trying to shit on Lexis King, but it's like, unless you have a million cool ways to set that move up, just don't do it unless it's like a mid-match thing. Just fucking trust me. Hit him. Just do a moonsault or so. What did his dad do? The springboard clothesline. I don't want to be my dad. Do the springboard elbow drop. Like, I don't know. Do anything. Just simple, you know? Anyways, you go ahead. Your last thoughts.
Breaking him of his habits, you know?
Yeah. Solid debut though, right? You would agree?
And he looks like a fucking star, man.
He does. He looks like a HBK project, you know? It looks great, man. So then we get Kalani Jordan and Ariana Grace in a semifinal round match of the Women's Breakout Tournament. I mean, this match was what it was. I wasn't super into this, I'm not going to lie. But Kalani Jordan gets the win, and she moves along in the tournament. Your thoughts?
It just seems like Grace is like their rebuttal for Toni Storm in a way, almost.
Yeah,
because it's just like the old school like hand waving gimmick, and she's like, you know, I'm not even sure what to call that. Fucking not like a runway model, but like the pageant. Yeah, she's like a pageant girl gimmick. I don't know, but like I was saying, it just seems like their version of Toni Storm and whatnot. And it really felt like Jordan was just doing a fucking AEW tryout with all the flips and shit. So
yeah.
You know,
yeah, basically. So we get a Von Wagner vignette. Robert Stone's going to fight Breaker. Okay. They spin the wheel, make the deal. Next week, the Creed brothers.
He was calling out his boy for challenging Braun. And then he goes, but most of all, we're friends. And it's all like, oh, well, there we go. Von, the fucking AEW guy.
So spin the wheel, make the deal. Creed brothers face Angel Garza and Carrillo in a TLC match, or tables, ladders, and scares. Like, both these teams are over, but the Creed brothers, I don't know, man. You got to get Garza and Carrillo. Just bring them back to the main roster. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Nathan Frazier vignette. He says he's got his eyes on Mysterio. Frazier's good, but I just don't care about that. And then we go into the tag team title match. D'Angelo and Lorenzo take on Chase U. So the family versus Chase U.
Before we get into this, can you send me your address so I can send you a Chase U t-shirt, or are you interested in that?
Yeah, I mean,
now, how do you feel about a JC and Thea t-shirt?
I don't know, man. Like, to be honest, I don't like what they're doing. I feel like this is they fumbled Gigi Dolan and they fumbled JC Jane to me. The harder than anything, like, we're talking epic AEW fumbles in my eyes. But
yeah,
anyways,
they could have been a tag team for a while, man.
Yeah, the breakup was good, but then they did nothing with it, bro. Like, nothing of note. So anyways, though, we get Chase U versus the family. I don't know, man. I think this is the right call. Chase U has just seemed more over. The family's great, but they're not. And I think they're both, one of them's like shoot hurt or something like that. So they had a crazy fucking match, but I don't know, man. Chase U should be the tag champs right now. It was a good call. It was kind of shocking. Short reign, but it was obvious. Like, I don't know, man, none of that family shit. I was telling you, I'm not really into this. It's just them fighting all the teams in the division. Like, why are you burying the whole division? Like, who is there for them to wrestle now? Chase U gets the belts, sweet. It's probably going to be them and the Creed brothers next, or maybe Garza and Korea. I don't know, but it's good. I don't know. This is a solid match, but I was like, good that they took the belts off the family, and I know that might get me heat, but whatever. Your thoughts?
So, like, with Diamond Mine interrupting Shotzi and Scarlett, it was like, thank fucking God. Anything to, like, stop the fucking Shotzi promo, bro. And most of all, bring back Roddy. You know what I'm saying? Diamond Mine could really use Roddy right now.
No doubt.
Rather than just kayfabing this injury and yelling Adam Cole's name. But yeah, man, anyways, Italy versus Chase U. Excellent chain wrestling at the start of this match. Fucking, I always pop for that shit just because, like, less is more. And then, man, dude, they fucking broke up a fucking pin with a fucking German suplex, bro. That shit was so fucking brutal. And then the whole JC on the top rope thing, that was very, or not top, but on the apron and whatnot. And that was just a very classic wrestling angle right there, as far as, like, that's something you would see fucking Marlena do or something like that, you know, very fucking old school. But yeah, man, new tag champs, most of all, you know, and it just seems like Chase U's on the rise right now.
Yeah,
and I'm all about Thea and fucking JC. So fuck
yeah,
yeah,
you are.
Please.
I'm not into it. But Mackenzie Mitchell had a backstage interview with Corbin. I don't know, man. Corbin's just cutting his shit. I like this, and I like this Corbin. And he's like, I don't like nothing about Trick. You know, I care about the NXT title. Dragunov better have his head on a swivel. I could see Corbin winning this shit. Then we get Blair Davenport and Gigi Dolan in a lights out match. Just fucking complete garbage ass. Blair Davenport wins. I had nothing to say. Your thoughts? It's just more gaga. We just saw this match in the opening contest. Sorry, go ahead.
Fucking Beto Gigi, and then fucking Davenport was Georgie from It. At least they turned the lights down a little bit. Like, they kind of, like, tried to gimmick it up rather than just, oh, there's no rules and it's not sanctioned. What I like about Gigi, man, is like she really like she's like Asuka, dude. She really lays shit in and makes every little move look huge, you know, all about that. And just the way like Gigi took that table spot, bro, and just the way she oversold it and all that. I'm kind of marking out for fucking Gigi here, but
yeah, she's
I don't
great.
know, like,
but like, dude, they put Blair over her. This former AEW chick. Like, what the fuck, man? Driving me nuts.
yeah, man, it was technically fucking. Oh god, it was a Will Ospreay's ex-girlfriend versus Darby's ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
for
man,
you fucking
yeah.
marks. Oh, the neckbeards like that.
So Carmelo Hayes doesn't have time for Shotzi and Scarlett's mind games. Fallon Henley
Me neither.
dresses up as Tiffany. Yeah. Fallon Henley dresses up as Tiffany Stratton during her interview with Sarah
How dare
Schreiber.
her.
And both ladies get into a massive brawl in the NXT watch party. I'm just.
Hold on, can we just say something here
Yeah.
quickly? All women wish they were Tiffany Stratton. That's just a fact.
So Vic Joseph sits down with Dragunov. This was what it was. Dragunov is, I don't know, he's a good champ, but I don't see this reign lasting long. I don't know why. I just see it.
He was doing the bald guy from FTR spot with fucking talking about his kid.
Yeah, my kid and my family and when that. Yeah, it's good shit though. I like him, man. But you know, a second sit down with Vic. Okay, I'm not a big fan of these sit downs.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great. So then the sixth match, we got my girl Lola Vice with Elektra Lopez. Yeah, takes on Carmen Petrovich in a semifinal match. Our girl, I forget her name, in our fucking Discord. Sorry, everyone go check out our Discord. The link's in the wherever you're watching this or listening to this.
I think it's Let's Go.
Yeah, the link's in there. And she's, I think, Croatian. And she's like, putting over Carmen. And I was putting over Carmen's kicks and stuff, too. Before I was like, she's got a little something, but Lola Vice is the truth. Lola Vice is the truth. And again, she showed it in this match. Bro, it's just all of the little things. And most importantly, this is what I think. She's having fun out there. And not like, friendly fun, do whatever I want. She's having fun applying the tools that she's been taught in the Performance Center. And that's why she's the women's breakout tournament champion. I don't care what anyone says. She's going to win this thing. I love this match. I blow Lola Vice every fucking chance I get, so I'm not going to do it this show, even though I just did it. Your thoughts?
No, you sound like me and Gigi earlier. God damn. Again, Lola makes everything look fucking huge, bro. Similar to Gigi. The dive through the ropes to the outside just looks so smooth. Like how Tiffy's fucking swanton just looks like perfection. You know what I'm saying? Lola's got the same shit where like she's just so smooth and it flows fucking correctly and whatnot. And Lola Vice has got a super fucking sick fucking spin kick, bro. You know?
Yeah, she's a Taekwondo. Since she was a little small child, she was a Taekwondo master. Yeah. That's why she gets how to do the kick. She's not just doing a kick.
Right.
She gets why and when and where to do them.
But it's like Gunther winning with a power bomb. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing where less is more. So
yeah,
it's just
and it's her expertise. Like it's a shoot. She'll shoot fucking. It looks cleaner than Aleister Black. She fucking. And I'm not trying to hate, but she.
Aleister Black.
What's his name? Malachi Black. Sorry, dummy.
Oh God.
Sorry, we're shills. According to the comments. So yeah, we get Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They interrupt Chase U's championship celebration. We're gonna get Jane and what's her face versus fucking Green and what's her face.
Thea Hale. Jesus.
Braun Breaker pokes fun at Carmelo Hayes. Melo says he's focused. His focus should be on Dragunov. I don't know. Melo's turning heel eventually down the line. We've been saying it. And yeah, your thoughts on that?
I'm still offended. Yeah. All right. So fucking Chelsea was Little Red Riding Hood and fucking God damn it. Oh, Tea Kettle or whatever the hell her name used to Dewdrop.
Pool Noodle. What was her name?
Tea Kettle was the fucking big bad wolf, you know. Duke was hollering at Chelsea. That kind of popped me. He was like, "What's up, Chelsea?" Oh, I know that. Oh God, I know it's not gonna happen. But fucking give those belts to fucking JC and Thea. God damn it. Ugh.
Then we get. They give us the matches for all they do the fucking Excalibur, and then, but just nowhere near as egregious.
Yeah, they have been doing that, man.
Yeah, I know. You know that guy wearing a sock on his face.
Yeah, he's got that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Get him.
Do what he does, Vic. So, seventh match of the evening, the main event: Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship. Basically, Valkyria won. So, okay, I did predict this. I was like, maybe they put the belt on Valkyria, and then Jade takes the belt from Valkyria instead. I was like, I think that's the direction they're going in. But if it were me, I'd have Jade just beat Becky out of nowhere, and then they can always rematch down the line. But I was spot on. So clearly HBK is listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
shout out HBK. And lo and behold, yeah, Jade comes out. The crowd fucking pops. Did they do a holy shit for her? I think they did. It was so crazy to me seeing her do her pose she does and just doing it in WWE. To me, I pop. I'm a little fucking Mark Child for shit like that. She sits on the throne. The match takes place. It's a great match. I wasn't superly overly invested into it, but Lyra did get the win. I was surprised. I mean, it is Halloween Havoc, I guess, so I shouldn't be that shocked. But yeah, I was kind of shocked. I was like, oh shit, they did take it off her. I guess I was right. But Becky, what is she doing next? Fighting Xia Li, or does Xia Li just move her fucking focuses onto Lyra? I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, that's why I'm tuning into the show. This is a great match, though. Your thoughts?
The crowd was so goddamn hot, though, during this match.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Leg drop from the top rope was sick. I was all about that.
Yep.
Yeah, just crazy with new NXT champion. You know, Becky did what she had to do for business. I honestly, I thought she was going to have the belt a little longer, and it was going to be Becky versus Jade Cargill. But
me too, dude.
Here we are, man.
What are your thoughts on, not to shift the focus away from Lyra? Congrats, Lyra, but you could tell from the moment she came in, like, you knew they were going to push this chick and put the strap on her early and stuff. I could just tell, man, the way they were building her and shit. She's like the Kenny Omega of fucking women, you know, the way they're building this chick. But anyways, so for real, dude. But like, what do you think of Jade? Like, it seems like she's going to NXT, which is the move. That's what you do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then you just bring her in at the Rumble and then fucking shoehorn her into WrestleMania. I'm okay with that because they have a lot of time. It's not a shoehorn. I'm using that in jest because there's a lot of time to let that all build up. And she could go into Mania as the NXT Women's Champion. She could win the Rumble as the NXT Women's Champion. That'd be fucking huge. So
yeah, for sure, man.
There you go. So your thoughts. Sorry, you go ahead.
Long-term storytelling.
Dummies. Yeah.
No, we have MJF versus Kenny Omega, and we're gonna do it right away this week.
Oh, it's Halloween, and so let's call Abadon because she has a Halloween costume I like, and we'll get her on TV. She'll win a #1 contender match and fight Sheeta, even though she hasn't been on TV in fucking 2 years because it's Halloween, huh? So, anyways, just like they're in Texas, so let's call Dustin Rhodes. Oh, we're in Philly, so let's call Van Dam. And it's like, yeah, that works, but if they're on your show consistently, motherfucker. So we're doing AEW Dynamite. Jesus. We're in Philadelphia.
Yeah, speaking of Tony Khan.
Yeah, so Renee Paquette kicks off the show interviewing MJF. MJF calls Adam Cole, bro, I don't know. He answers, and then Adam, you hear screaming Roddy. I'm over it all. I'm over all the Roddy Adam shit. I'm over it all. Bullet Club Gold, they're offering MJF help. So the story they're weaving in is, MJF's got a target on his back, so he's going to have this big 8-man or 10-man tag, like Survivor Series, right around WWE Survivor Series, but Tony Khan isn't thinking of WWE at all. And so, like, he needs to find friends to help him, and the only people offering their help are people he's not really interested in. So who's going to be his partners? I do like that story, but just the way they've been going about it is tremendously bad. Max replies mockingly, "You're going to help me? Dude, thanks so much, whatever." He pushes the wheelchair, Roddy's in backwards, calls out Jay White. It was a funny little good promo. The devil mask guy, or aka Mustafa Ali, appears. It's 100% him. The way he puts his hand up, hairline into the camera, it's fucking Mustafa Ali, bro. We've seen him do it. He did his hand, the hand's his gimmick, where he puts his hand up with the fucking, don't be surprised if it's Mustafa Ali and then he leads the Dark Order. I wouldn't even be shocked. So anyways, I'm
changing who I think it is.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's Jungle Boy.
Ew, dude, why?
Why? Okay, not for anything logical, but super logical AEW wise. How often does Tony do the wrong fucking thing?
Well, what do you mean? Oh, like all the time. You're right.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
based off that, like it's Jungle Boy. But like,
you're right, because where's he been? How they gonna bring him back? Jungle Boy jumped Jay White, and then you're right. That's a great call, bro. Hairline's always dropping bombs on this show. So Dynamite Diamond Ring match. We kicked the show off with MJF, and okay, at one point, or it happened on Collision, I think, but they go, yeah, like Kevin Kelly, not to jump ahead, but he's like, this is for MJF, just to remind folks he's the world champion, even though Jay White wears the belt and took it from him. And then JR fucking scoffed. He just bursts out laughing. Like it's just so crazy to me. There's no question who's the champion in WWE. The stolen belt angle, dude. Come on, man. You do that like a week or two before the pay-per-view, so the motherfucker gets the belt back right away, Anyways, so the Dynamite Diamond Ring back. MJF beats Juice Robinson with the guns. This was a great match, man, honestly. But here's my whole thing. So instead of the story being Juice, like, okay, MJF's best friend Adam Cole gets taken away due to injury, and then his belt gets stolen by Jay White, and then fucking TJ Maxx ring, fucking Juice Robinson steals his Dynamite Diamond Ring, and he's left with nothing, and then whoever beats him for his Ring of Honor tag belt in a handicap match, because he keeps getting cocky and doing handicap matches. And the Righteous beat him after we build them up for a week, and now they're just gone and no one's ever seen them again.
Righteous.
Right? Dude, for real though. They built them up for a week and then they're just disappeared, never to be seen again. So instead of having all of these, MJF has nothing. Everything's taken from him. He's at the bottom. He's got a claws way up. There's absolutely nothing, and we're sympathizing with this guy. He's our scumbag. He just beats Juice Robinson. Okay. And then we have so he's just the only Dynamite Ring winner of all time. He just beats Juice. All right. So after the match, bunch of smas, Kingdom come down. I don't know. Jay White comes out. Your thoughts, man? The fucking trios champs come out because they want to fucking help. Like the Acclaim, they come out because they're all being casters hitting on MJF. And it's just all so much gaga, silly shit. They're talking about, you want a shot at the MJF or at the ROH titles at Full Gear? You got them. So another, I don't know, man. So your thoughts on all this bullshit, bro, and then we'll get into the Omega shit here. So your thoughts on all that?
God. So did fucking Juice need to fucking get color 30 seconds into the match? You know what I'm saying?
If it was hard way, whatever, but I don't think it was.
No, okay, but it definitely wasn't the hard way, because like fucking right after that spot, MJF walked over to that corner and stood up on that chair and was taunting and whatnot, and like that was clearly so the crowd was watching him and not watching Juice Blade,
Right.
Fucking Switchblade was great on commentary. Oh god, man. So we had fucking Jungle Book Afterbirth. That was fucking, they got pwned. Then we got the Acclaimed. You know what I'm saying? So we had a second fucking Afterbirth, bro.
No, we get a third Afterbirth. Sorry, you go.
No, I'll get there. Yeah. Fucking MJF did pop me though. He goes, Roddy, I'm right here. Stop yelling.
Yes. Yeah. No, it was all good. It was like, it's solid shit. I'll watch MJF all fucking day, which we're about to talk about in a minute here. But sorry, go ahead.
I'm over MJF, bro.
Me too, dude. I'm over this world title run, but like you can't, he's a great wrestler. He's entertaining when he's cutting his promos. Yeah, I'm laughing at Roddy being a goof, but I'm over like the 90 angles. Can we just have him be funny or serious? I don't need he's funny, but he's also serious, but he takes handicap matches, but he's losing everything, but he's not losing everything. He's 50-50 being 50-50. Like, I don't, it's just bad booking and bad television. I'm sorry. They just need better people who know what the fuck they're doing. But anyway, so as he's walking up the ramp, so I want to talk about this separately a little bit. Kenny Omega confronts him. And then he's like, yeah, we're going to face now. It's just Kenny Omega versus MJF because, and then we get it on 3 days notice or whatever. They don't build it up. And now we're going to get into the Collision match, bro. Like the crowd was out for it. It's a phenomenal match. We'll talk about it later, but just because we get MJF and Omega and then they stare down and then Omega's like 3 days, bitch. And that just seems so out of character for him. But Omega gets super pops. I love, I'm super hyped for this match. I'm sitting here going, Omega needs to go to WWE though, fam. I don't know. They chop it up back and forth. I'm like, that's awesome. But it's just, he's in 10 million angles. Everyone's gunning for him.
Literally.
He's not fucking Judgment Day. It doesn't work, man. Like the thing with the bloodline is there's like 5 really over guys in the group. It's MJF's just really over and he's weaving through everything. And it's just, Like,
But
and not only that,
show.
he's weaving through shit that's like really hot and important, and then shit that's like with Caster and fucking the Righteous. So it's like, well, what is it? Like, Judgment Day's involved in all the top shit, all the top boy shit, you know? MJF's involved in the goofy shit all the way to the fucking world title picture. It's just too much, and it's not good, you know?
Here's the main thing, man, is the Judgment Day is weaved throughout a 3-hour show. This was all in the first half an hour of the fucking
dude.
Dynamite,
and then like, why Omega and MJF? Like, why is that even a fucking? To me, it's like on 3 days. That's a whole pay-per-view you build it. That's a whole like easily. 3 days. That's 3 months of storytelling.
Why is Kenny Omega cussing?
They air footage of Wardlow. Now he's calling out MJF as well. Then we get the Dark Order. Yeah, so then we get the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. They take on Hook and Van Dam. Oh, but I thought it was Jungle Hook, and then I thought Orange and Hook were friends, but now it's Hook is friends with RVD. Like, what are you guys? You just pair them up with random people. It's the most garbage shit on earth. It's so bad. Okay, Van Dam's popping the Philly crowd. That's great.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Hook gets the win. It's great. This match, like, no one cares about Dark Order. We know who's going to win. Van Dam's only out there because it's Philly, which is fine, but it's just like, there's no consistent story. Is it Hookhausen? Is he friends with Danhausen? Is he best friends with Jungle Boy? Is he best friends with OC? Or is he best friends with Rob Van Dam? What the fuck?
Yeah, no shit.
It's just so annoying, man. Like, they fumbled Hook. He was so over like a year and a half ago or a year ago, and now it's just another guy. So another young Nick Wayne guy. So anyways.
No, for sure,
Or
man.
sorry, your thoughts on that match.
Hook's going to be a fucking star, you know? That's a for sure. Fucking Pizzeria Uno took a fucking Shawn Michaels like bump when he hopped on the top apron from RVD. Fucking Aubrey has 0 observation skills. Okay, so like Evil Uno's in the fucking ring and she didn't feel the fucking, I'm not trying to fat shame, that it's not this, but it's like she didn't feel the weight of the ring drastically fucking shift as he fucking clumsily fumbled through the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. 0 observation skills, Doug.
Yeah.
And I know it's kayfabe, you know, but like, Jesus.
So then Shivani's in the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No one just... Bam Bam Bigelow just ran through the fucking ring doing some cartwheels and no one fucking noticed, Doug.
So Shivani's in the ring to introduce Darby Allin and Sting. Sting comes out. Darby's out there. Tony Schiavone's like, on behalf of Tony Khan, we got your present. It was 35 years ago on this network. TBS put Sting on the map. Sting put TBS on the map. I don't know how true that is. Tony Khan has a special gift for Sting, and it's the Nature Boy. And Ric Flair comes out, and he goes, "Yeah, you're the greatest I've ever been in the ring with. You're the nicest guy in the business." He says that about everyone. Then he goes, "And I can't wait to be here and ride this ride out with you." So Sting and also Flair might have his last match in AEW, dude, because he said he wants to have one more, and he's riding out this wave with Sting, he's saying, and now apparently he is signed up and with AEW, like fully, like he tweeted it out. So he's with them, and he'll just do appearances with Sting, and it's Flair and Sting. And so people were roasting. I just think it's like hilarious that Ric Flair's his gift from Tony Khan. Like, these two guys wouldn't just call each other on the phone. And what are they going to do? Team with Darby? Like, Ric Flair's fucking with Darby. Of all people, Flair and Darby, two complete opposites of what they've done in the business.
I can't believe it wasn't a belt. I really thought it was going to be some new Sting belt.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. So Flair's going to ride this wave out. He's going to do appearances. He might even do a goddamn match and tag with Darby and Sting in a 6-man or something. Hopefully not. Obviously, Edge is going to be their partner against Christian and all that. But the thing is who comes out in a second. But the thing is like, dude, his gift was Flair. No, Tony, that was another gift to your goddamn self. A. B, all the AEW fans are like, oh, Vince McCorpse and Vince McFucking, he grapes women and stuff. But then what about Flair's accusations? No, it's great. And then and I'm not one of these guys. I'm not even saying accuse any of these guys. I'm just saying, like, it's always this mentality of good for me, not for thee, or whatever with the AEW.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then people were memeing this, like quoting the same tweet that Tony made about Undertaker and John Cena shitting on these legends. And then they're like, yeah, this is the first time Sting and Flair were on TV under $1 million. And that's exactly it. Tony just kicked himself in the ass. This is why we call this shit out in the live, because in hindsight, just looking at history, Tony, you're only making an asshole out of yourself. This is going to bite you in the ass when you have Edge and Flair and Omega and they don't get $1 million. This just reflects poorly on yourself, and you don't even have the fucking self-awareness to understand that. That's the problem.
Well, dude, and most of all, he was saying like they need Undertaker. It's like what Jericho said. Fucking, they have to use old timers and this and that to get over. It's not like
Jericho. What a fucking goofball Jericho is, dude. For real.
Hey,
lately, man, he's been such a goof. Like, let's be real. And I love Jericho. He is one of the goats to me, dude. He's on like, I don't know, one of my all timers. But just the shit he's saying, like, come on, man. And I get it. Befriend the fucking billionaire. Get the checks. But Jericho, man, you're shitting on guys that you fucking rode the roads with and shit. I just find that weird, bro. Like, I don't know. Sorry, you go. Maybe he's just like, yeah, you Mark, I'm working. And it's like, yeah, fair enough. But he's like, yeah, you're talking about it on your podcast. And fair enough. But ultimately, man, Jericho, you rode the roads with Taker. Don't shit on Taker. They just brought in Flair talking about bringing in old timers. Sorry, Hairline, you go ahead.
Well, like most of all, man, like AEW finally created a moment here with Ric Flair and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're always saying they don't make moments. So, like, we got to give the flowers when the flowers are meant to be handed out, bud. So,
yeah, man. And
Tony, you fucking did it.
You did it, bud. And so Christian comes out with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne doesn't fit in this whatsoever.
I honestly, dude, like, I thought the Woo was going to be taken out by SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? In the intro for fucking the WWE intro, how fucking woo! I was like, oh man, they for sure are cutting that shit out, but it was still there. So
they'll never take that out now. I think Ric Flair said that's like he fought for that, and him and Vince, like that's like a Vince thing. Like that will never be taken out, and it shouldn't be, man. But anyways, because everyone knows why Flair's there. No one will ever grudge Flair for going and getting a bag. Vince would never begrudge Flair for that. So anyways, though, Nick Wayne it's so like, imagine if you had Wardlow in this position, or Hobbs in this position, or one of these other guys, Hook even in this position. Hook, hey, your daddy Taz, he's a chump, and I'll slap him around on commentary. Hook, you're coming with me. That would be way better. Instead, they're talking about Nick Wayne's dad, R.I.P. Never. I'm not disparaging his father in any way.
Right.
I'm just saying no one knows who the fuck he is, and they literally call your mom Nick Wayne's mom on their website, when they tweet it out, on everything. It's Nick Wayne's mom. No one knows you people. I'm sorry. We love you, your family, what he contributed, all that. I'm not shitting on the Fallen. I don't know what they're dead. We'll just put it out as. But what I'm saying, imagine Taz being in this, father shit with Christian, and Taz is there.
Yeah,
and it's Hook and Taz. Come on, man. You guys. So anyways, Christian Cage, though, this was brilliant. Tony Khan's a billionaire. The best gift he gave Sting for his retirement, he's like, it's a fucking gold chains and a black liver. Boom. That was just like, Darby, how's your arm feeling? And I don't want to wait till Revolution. I want you to be gone right now. I thought they were going to come and beat down Flair and he was going to get color. But anyways, we're going to see a match between all these guys. Your thoughts on all this, Hairline?
Yeah, man. So it's basically like I said, they finally created a moment. Sting said he's allergic to jackasses, and it's all like, I don't know how true that is, bud. Yeah. Quite a bit of jackasses over the fucking years.
So earlier in the day, Renee Paquette sat down with Jericho, speaking of which, and he's like, listen.
She called him the GOAT.
Listen.
Which he is, goddammit.
Renee listens to the pod confirm. Listen. As a pro wrestler for 33 years.
PWT.
For 33 long, very long years. I can't even remember having a beatdown like I did at the hands of Powerhouse Hobbs. He's huge. He's great. That the thing that is hurting the most for me is my ego, and he admits it. It's his ego. I've been saying it the whole time. And it's hurting the most, and we all knew it. I wonder if I have what it takes to beat Hobbs. He's going to beat Hobbs, just so everyone knows, and I'm going to throw up everywhere. Your thoughts, man?
Jericho's the GOAT, like I fucking said, bro. But
he had Hobbs kill him so he could 50-50 book beat him at a pay-per-view or on a bigger stage. Jericho is so in this for him goddamn self, bro. I'm sorry. I love him, but it's just money and him number one.
dare you? So who's the bigger guy? Who could that possibly be?
The Big Show.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
It's Paul White.
Damn.
They're going to do Jericho,
No.
bro. They're doing
Fuck.
Jericho. I called it so
Damn it.
long ago. Everyone's like, bro, I don't want to see that. I'm like,
Damn
yeah,
it.
it's not about what I want.
Damn
It's
it.
not about what we want to see, folks. It's about what they do in AEW.
Fuck.
Yes. Okay. So the ROH World 6-Man champ, because think about it, it's going to be Guevara and Hobbs versus fucking the Jericho, bro. Come on. Who's going to help Jericho?
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
I thought it was gonna be like a new signey or something. But
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it.
Who? Jonah? Who's it going to be?
No,
Jeff Cobb.
you're-
We got Jeff Cobb. Who's big, bro? Like, come on, bro. Oh, we got Satnam Singh is going to
They
take
had
over.
Cobb already, bro.
So we
Wasn't
got-
Cobb with fucking the Inner Circle for
I
like
don't
2
know.
days?
Who cares? This is what we're saying is Big Show's coming back. He's got one last run, and don't be shocked if it's Big Show and Jericho versus Ricky Starks and Big Bill, who's really big. Don't be shocked, man. So Hangman
Just take
Adam.
the belts off. Tony, I have it.
Yeah, speaking about people who are in the business for themselves and themselves only, the Elite, Hangman Adam Page and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson take on the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy and Brothers. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This match, I wouldn't be shocked if Hairline skipped it. It was what it was.
I did.
Yeah, the Elite win. I mean, what do you want to say, bro? And then they do a segment where fucking Swerve breaks into Hangman's house and then leaves a note in his kid's crib. I'm like, man, this guy's invading properties. He's on TV every week. Like, you gonna arrest him, Tony Khan? This is fucked. Like, you can't just have people showing up in people's houses, leaving notes in cribs. Okay, Swerve, okay, Tony, you would be like, this is real wrestling. Remember Sport of Wrestling last week? This is real wrestling, man. Get your own barber, man. If this is real, like Dana White in the UFC, he'd call the cops. He'd fire this motherfucker for invading homes and shit. And then he'd have Hangman. So Hangman that's what the angle should be. Tony Khan should be like, no, Swerve, you're fucking fired, dude. You can't do that. And then Hangman begs, please, Tony, please let him sign. Keep him for this match. And if he beats me, he can keep his job. But I need to put it on the line. And then Swerve beats him. But no, they're going to 50-50 book, and Hangman's going to get his win back for the trilogy at Full Gear. Ha. Fuck this. Anyways, Renee Paquette's backstage with the Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. Darby Allin and Sting interrupt, and Copeland again, he's getting old for me already. No, I told you guys, I'll never fight Christian. He's my bud. Fuck this. So then Darby and Sting interrupt. Adam, I know you came to WWE to ride off in the sunset with your best friend. Or WWE, I said AEW. So, but it's Nick Wayne garbage. So anyways, we're going to get Flair accompany Darby, Edge, and Sting to the ring to wrestle Christian's family, bro. Come on. Oh, old timers and legends.
All right. So as far as this the Prince Nana and Swerve promo here, once again, they're recreating some WWE storylines with the fucking home invasion, even though WWE is the fucking devil. And then, so like, Hangman like ran off when he saw this, and it's all like, bro, where are you running to? Because like, even if you leave the building now, you're not gonna be there when like,
yeah, where's his
Prince
house?
Nana...
in like Utah or something? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, even if you leave now, the plane, like, you gotta book a plane, and so fucking dumb, Doug. Prince Nana was popping over the chocolate covered berries. So okay, and like, here's like the biggest thing that pulled me out of it. Swerve was at the house looking for Hangman, but it's all like previously on Collision, they plugged that they were going to be doing an open challenge. So it's like, if you were looking for Hangman, all you had to do was fucking head to fucking Dynamite, dog.
Yeah, head to your job where you're supposed to be and fucking show up with you have these big monster goons who used to, not only do you have big monster goons, they were the former 6-man champs that lost the belts to the Elite, you motherfucks. What the fuck? Who's writing this shit? Why didn't fucking Cage
Tony
and those guys show up when then you invaded the house and they tried to get their belts back? What the fuck?
Most of all, man, who the fuck leaves a baby fucking unintended and just alone?
Oh, and then why is there a camera there that has a feed to AEW's Titantron or whatever? Like, this is stupid. Yeah.
Hold on. I'll tell you who leaves a fucking baby fucking unattended. An empty air dumb fuck like Hangman Adam Page, god damn it. And then so this Edge and Renee shit here quickly, fucking No, Darby, it's not kill or be killed around here. It's hug or be hugged, God damn it. And then Sting goes, I'm sorry that I interrupted you, even though he wasn't interrupting anyone. Like no one was talking when he said that. And then Sting pulled out an actual fucking wrestling promo. A wrestling promo emerges on this.
People shit on Sting, but I've always enjoyed his promos because they were short and sweet, and he just did shit to pop the crowd. I always was down with his heel shit. Was always cringe to me when he's trying to be the Joker or do Wolfpack Sting. I don't know.
He goes, "Me and you go way back, Edge," and it's all like, "What? What?"
Yeah, I know. So they just inventing their history like WWE. I guess WWE does that too. But AEW Women's World Championship match.
WWE does it.
Hikaru Shida. Exactly. They love WWE. Hikaru Shida versus Ruby Soho. I love Shida. Soho's all right. This match was whatever, though. There's spray painting eyes. There's all this bullshit. I don't really give a fuck. Shida retains. And then after the match, Timeless Toni Storm walks onto the ramp, and we learn that she will have a Hollywood Homecoming Quest for Gold at Full Gear live on pay-per-view. That'll be great, I guess. Your thoughts on all that?
So it said, this match has a 60-minute time limit, and I immediately skipped it, bro. I was like, what? Why? Why does it need 60 minutes?
So then Renee Paquette interviews MJF backstage ahead of his match on Collision against Omega. Joe interrupts. He's like, yo, I have a simple offer. Like, I'll be your friend. You got to give me my rematch for the title. So basically just more of this, like the people who are trying to be
storyline.
Yeah, the people who are trying to be MJF's friends. I'm trying to give them credit for a story beat here. Like the people who are willing to be his friends are not people he wants to be his friends. And he just wants his friend back. So I mean, it's like, okay, but you could focus this down to not 7 different fucking angles on the show.
A friend storyline in AEW? What? No.
Yeah. So then main event time. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy and Katsuchika Okada versus the Blackpool Combat Club's Bryan Danielson and Claudio. Now, this match was not bad. I just was watching it going, everyone in this ring so good and believable, and then there's Orange Cassidy, who just doesn't look like he's wearing jeans, he's doing flips, his hands are in his pockets. He's not serious, and these other 3 guys are so fucking serious and look like men and look like they could kick the fuck out of you. And then Okada's there, and he looks great. I don't know, man. The match is what it is. It's a good fucking match. People are hugging, though. Okada and Orange are hugging. Whatever. It is what it is, okay? Okada does like the thing, so he takes a second to hug. I'll let it slide a little bit. Orange Cassidy's just egregious, but here's the main thing, right? Okada gets Danielson with a drop kick. Cassidy hits the orange punch. Okada follows up with a Rainmaker to Danielson. So they did like an orange punch Rainmaker combo. Claudio uppercuts Okada, and then Claudio uppercuts Cassidy and pins him, right? So that's all great. Here's the thing, though. Danielson, for a shoot, got his orbital bone broken, and he'll be out for a long time. And his orbital, after he just came back from having his arm broken, and then he's wrestling with a hurt arm, and then at the press conference was like, oh yeah, my arm it's swollen and I'll gotta get it checked and there's pins in there. Now he gets his orbital broken by this fucking Mark Orange Cassidy. At least this is what the dirt sheets are saying. So if we got worked, so be it. I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh, I got worked by, I just thought they were working. But apparently the dirt sheets are saying, bro, he got his orbital broke. This fucking Mark Orange Cassidy broke Danielson's fucking orbital. You fucking idiots, for a match that got no one fucking over other than maybe Claudio a little bit because of what comes later down in the week. But the best friends and Rocky and them come out. Hook comes out to check on Orange too. So I'm like, is this a real injury with fucking Danielson? Apparently it is. If this motherfucker broke his orbital, send him to Ring of Honor. Like, if no one, I just don't get it. I don't get you're in there with guys who are just doing goofy Mark shit. You're not Roman Reigns. You're breaking dudes' orbitals. This is dumb. You didn't even fit in this match. I don't know, man. It's just now Danielson's hurt for a long ass time in what is supposed to be his final run. It better be fucking Danielson versus Cassidy in a shoot fight when Danielson comes back for this bullshit if he's actually broke his orbital. But like, just what a fucking shit way to end where everyone's shoot really hurting each other. Like, what? I don't know, man. People need to touch more. They need to do house shows. The matches, it's just bullshit. Your thoughts. Sorry, your thoughts.
the whole thing was fucking Orange was finding a credible partner and whatnot. His credible partner is Okada, which Okada's fucking great and all that, but Okada lost to Daniel Bryan, so I don't grasp how, like, you know,
it's because
how is
Okada's
that
one
the
of the
guy?
greats. Exactly, dude. You picked a guy who's gonna lose against the fucking guy, or tell the story like
Yeah.
Okada wants a shot at Bryan again, so that's why I picked him. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And fucking on commentary, they go, "Oh, the strength of Claudio," as he's picking up Orange Cassidy, and it's like, guys, he's literally picking up the only guy that's fucking smaller than Wheeler, fucking useless. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the talk about how strong he is.
And then all these moves, and he wins with an uppercut.
And like Orange's little comedy spots just fucking pull me out of it, bro. And yeah, man, the ending there, that's what makes me feel it was real, because it's like, okay, so like, say this was a work, what was this then? You know, why?
Yeah, and
was
so
both factions down
Claudio
together?
did something genius. Exactly, because now they got to fight. Now it's Orange versus Danielson. But like Claudio did something genius on Collision, and he cut a promo like, you broke, because fucking Danielson's got to go, yeah, I got my orbital rocked and broke and caved in by fucking Cassidy. Come on, dog. So what Claudio did is he's like, it was the Orange Punch or it was the Rainmaker. One of the two. We don't know. But like everyone
Right.
has clipped it on X and shit. Like it was the Orange Punch. He caved this guy, the top star's fucking top draw's face in. He could have been a special attraction. He could have came in once in a while. You guys fucked it up.
No, it's just like, dude, God, I don't imagine having Daniel Bryan and like you just keep fucking hurting him, you know, and it's all like, God, I don't mean to be like this, but like, isn't that what WWE was saying? He's just gonna keep hurting him. We got to pull him out, you know. And
Yeah,
like,
you gotta keep
Eh?
save him from himself. There's a lot of athletes like that. There's a lot of fighters like that. They'll fight until they die, bro. They'll fight until they die.
pal,
bro.
it kind of seems like I was right.
Yeah, man. So, anyways, though, that was Dynamite, man.
Jesus.
So moving on to AEW Rampage, which was of course taped after Dynamite. We'll just zip through this. We had a no count out, no DQ, Santana versus Ortiz. This is actually a great match. This is really fucking
It
good.
was awesome.
I love both of these guys. Great shit. And then on his way,
great.
right. And then after the match, Santana went to fist bump. Ortiz declined. Sanjay Dunt jumped in, whispered something to fucking Ortiz. Stupid. Like I want less Sanjay Dutt. He's awful. But the match was fucking phenomenal. I'm glad that these guys are finally hooking up. And yeah, your thoughts on that, quick.
Yeah, man. So it's like one of the greatest fucking AEW storylines I've seen so far. And they literally, like, you know what I'm saying, had it start a Rampage.
Yeah.
And oh god, dude, it shows you just like how little Tony understands this shit, man.
Yeah,
it's all like
exactly that. And then so Kenny Omega's backstage. He's talking about his match with MJF tomorrow, which is like, fuck, man. Switchblade Jay White interrupts. Jay White, all the best if all goes well. A truly elite champion. Be waiting for you at Full Gear. Blah, blah, blah. Hopefully we get Kenny and Jay White down the line. I'm down as shit with that. And then AEW World Champ MJF's backstage. Don Callis enters. He goes, yo, think about this. The Don Callis family, we can help you, blah, blah, blah. So more of that storyline of, yeah, the people who want to help him don't have his best interest at heart. They're in it for themselves. And then Sabian's in the ring with Penelope Ford. Where the fuck have these two been for the last year? Fucking other than doing random jobs on shit no one's watching. So then he's talking shit on Philly. And then Mark Briscoe comes out. He's back from his injury, which is awesome. And then he just beats up the fucking heel. It is what it is. Your thoughts on all that beginning shit and the return of Mark Briscoe?
the Don and MJF shit. That was just MJF doing more fucking toilet humor and shit. There was a Renee, Willow, Sky Blue, and Statlander promo
Right,
in there
sorry.
too, where fucking Statlander was all like, "We're all friends," and it's all like, "Yep, we know, more friends." AEW.
Oh, and then they did it again, like the same thing, and then it's just Blue sitting
Yeah,
there.
the next night.
Whatever. I'm spooky. The fuck, man. Like, nah. Like, nah. We already got this with Julia Hart. Now she's the evil witch chick. God damn it. I'm sick of these girls going spooky because it's Halloween and I like to cosplay and let me be. This is what it was. Tony Khan saw that photo shoot Sky Blue did in the black leather with all the black and shit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know. That's my fantasy." Sorry. Go ahead.
It's all of our fantasies, but you know, whatever. Kip Sabian and fucking Penelope pit stop here. Fucking Kip Sabian was like saying heel ass shit, and it was actually somewhat popping me and whatnot.
And
But they
look
let this
great
go
together.
on.
They look great together. Yeah, you're right. They let
Yeah.
it go on. They look great together. I'm not even shitting on them. It's just like, where have they been? Where have they been?
But it's like those little things once again where like Tony has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Like Mark came out there like way too fucking late. You know what I'm saying? Like by the time fucking Mark Briscoe was coming down there, it was just all like holy shit. And it was like, man, so like you said Mark Briscoe was injured or
Yeah, he was injured. Now imagine this. Give me the X-Files.
the truth is out there.
Imagine fucking Mark Briscoe's return was at one of these pay-per-views where MJF does a fucking Ring of Honor tag title defense in a handicap match, and then all of a sudden Mark Briscoe just shows up.
Holy shit.
Boom. Like, come on, you guys.
Oh my God.
This is just me spitballing fucking ideas.
Yeah, in the moment.
In the moment. And why? Well, because he respects those titles, him and his brother, whatever. And after... Mark Briscoe won't even take a belt. No, I'm not an official champ, and I'm not going to defend these with you all the time. But just this one time, I got respect for Adam Cole. Me and him been through a lot, and, you know, I got respect for these titles. I wasn't about to let them get sullied. I'm going back to the farm. Boom. Like, come on, you guys. It's just off the top of my head. You guys need to hire me,
That's so
or
good.
you better kill me, because I'm going to keep fucking just spitting better shit than you'll ever think of. Anyways, so Renee Paquette's backstage to interview Anna Jay. Anna Jay's with Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard have it taste, and Angelo Parker and Jake Hager. Callis interrupts. Who gives a shit? Your thoughts?
No one wants a taste. That's not true. Anna Jay was so fucking awful on the mic, bro.
Yeah, they need to just get her away.
Fucking Daddy Mac fucking tells Callis fucking, hey, we're cutting a promo here, and it's just
these guys are all shit on the mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
And then is
But,
this
like,
where is? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
just Don Callis fucking interrupting and him saying, we're cutting a promo here. It's just wrestling's fucking dead.
Yeah, dude. And then
so,
after, did Angelo Parker bump into Ruby as well?
Yeah, and then we also have this Ruby So and fucking Cool Hand fucking.
So are they fucking in real life, and that's probably why they're doing this? Because why we haven't had like a love angle yet in AEW, which I'm surprised really. But it's like, is this are they like in real life together, and that's why they're doing this on? Because I'm like, where's this coming from? All of a sudden, and they're like the old greaser. He's like combing his hair, and Ruby's like the bad chick. Hey, tell me about it, stud. Like what? But like I'm interested in it, dude. I'm like, yo, I'm interested in it, but it's like, where did it come from out of nowhere? Like, who thought of this out of nowhere? Why would they even interact like that? What is it? Like,
I don't even know.
They must be dating in real life, right? Because why else would anyone just out of nowhere go, oh, I know, the fucking guy who combs his hair in Ruby? This is weird to me. Anyways.
No, I'm good. Let's just move on.
Okay, so then we get a 4-way match. We get, it's Halloween, so I called Abadon. So we get fucking Sky Blue, we get Abadon, we get Willow, and we get Anna Jay. It's a 4-way. This match is the absolute shits. And then Willow fucking, like, basically Abadon plants Sky Blue and pins her. So Sky Blue's the queen of, like, wins every match except for the big matches that matter, right? And that's not how you build a young talent either, right? And then it's like Abadon out of nowhere is not on TV. You're putting so much into Sky Blue. So like here's my problem with this shit. You put so much into Anna Jay. Granted, she's been injured a bunch because you're power bombing her off stages and shit. Fucking push hasn't been the best because it's like you're sticking her in dumb shit, and she's really been working out of like being a background player in these factions. So that's one. And then you got fucking Sky Blue. You're putting all of this investment into. She goes undefeated and she's fucking winning and all this shit, and then she loses on all the big ones, right? And then you're putting all of this stock into fucking Willow for like 4 months, then are just like, fuck Willow, she beats Mercedes Moné, she wins the fucking these belts, she wins your Owen Hart tournament. You put all this shit into these girls, all of a sudden just nope. Then Abadon comes in for a hot shot Halloween booking, beats Sky Blue, and then gets a women's world title shot, bro. Beats this girl that you've put just months and time and goes viral because her booty, and she's a good girl, and she's a spooky chick, and she's undefeated in Ring of Honor, and then loses to, and then you fucking just beat her for a hot shot girl cosplaying like Spawn.
You need to get fucking cocaine's a hell of a drug on the sound.
Yeah, dude. It's just like and then like last week, you hot shot like, oh, we're in Texas, so where's Dustin Rhodes? He has like Tony Khan knows how to do like 4 things that work like once in a while you can get away with if someone's really over. You know, so it's just like he doesn't know what he's doing. It's so egregiously bad, and we harp on Dynamite so much. Every episode I spend an hour talking about Dynamite, and I don't want to, or whatever we're talking about. Rampage. Talk about Rampage. Sorry, your thoughts.
I just want to talk about fucking TNA, dog. But yeah, okay. Anyways, fucking. So is Abadon from Philly? Is that why Abadon was there?
No, dude,
You know?
it's because it's Halloween.
I know. I'm just joking on how he only books people when
thank
they're
you.
there.
You're working me because I'm worked into a frenzy.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna work you harder with that Chase U T-shirt thing. Oh, fucking damn it!
No, I was like,
But hey, I got you there,
dude.
bud.
I'll wear a fucking. I got an Okada shirt, bro. I'll wear a Chase U shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good. Well,
Yeah.
Okada's dope though. Fucking,
Yeah.
I think you mean Orange Cassidy. And okay, anyways, so fucking clearly Scooby Doo is more heel than anything ever in the history of heels.
It's like fucking Scooby Doo for Halloween as
so,
trying to be a spooky chick.
Right, dude, it's just so fucking dumb. If Sky Blue doesn't start tagging with fucking Julia Storm, which pretty much might not even happen. I'm just trying to like logically figure this out, you know. But yeah, okay, anyways. So
And
fucking
she'll change her name to Sky Black. Black Sky.
Yeah, there
in
you
the
go.
House of Black. Oh,
No, that's good. You should always bet on the house. God, I can't wait to get into that. Tony Schiavone totally ruining the fucking the surprise of fucking
we'll get to that.
her return. Okay, my bad though.
No, yeah.
So it was just Sky Blue and Willow had this spot where fucking Sky Blue accidentally went to kick at Willow and the Willow caught her foot. And then Abadon is just hanging out watching them do this spot. And it's just like it just pulls you out of it because it's all like realistically, you know what I'm saying? We always say this. It's wrestling is supposed to be simulated combat. And in combat, you're not watching the ops. Like, you're not giving the ops an opportunity to fucking do that shit.
Yeah, and if you are, you're like loading up a fucking mighty fucking right hand that you're about to plant on their fucking chin, you know, as soon as, or you're clocking them in the back of the head or some shit. Like, you know, you're rolling someone up. It's just silly, yeah.
So thank God Toni Storm made her way out with her butler, and she was just directing the match there. All that popped me. Tony's a fucking storm, man. This match itself was a fucking mess, though.
Thank God Toni just stole the spotlight.
And then, like, dude, they went to do like that fucking 4-girl headlock, and then it went to commercial, and I was like, oh my God, someone's actually fucking throwing me a bone here.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God, bro.
So
I can't believe it wasn't a picture-to-picture. We're going to picture. It's only 90 seconds.
Yeah, don't go. They literally put a 90-second timer too. I noticed on Collision. I was like, oh no. So AEW World Trios Champions, the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass are backstage, and Caster said he had a big surprise, and he said that they're almost at 69 days as champs. And I just went, they're ruining the Acclaimed. And yeah, Caster wants MJF to sit in the front row. I don't care. Highlights are shown from a press conference last Wednesday. So they just randomly had a press conference last Wednesday that we didn't know about with Orange Cassidy and Claudio. And so they're going to have a match. But Claudio is being serious, and I like this. But Orange Cassidy is going to beat Claudio, folks. Orange Cassidy is going to beat the international, globally known Swiss superstar who's from Switzerland. Right, Switzerland. Yeah, I'm not fucking that up. And so Claudio, it's just foolish, man. And Orange is gonna beat this guy. Oh, dude, I just can't. And so main event time.
Yeah, I'll wait till we get to that before I get into any of that.
So Konosuke Takeshita of the Don Callis family with Hobbs and Callis take on Kyle Fletcher. Okay. And I'm reading this off of AEW's own website.
Hold on. Before that.
And they wrote his name Kyle Fletch. That's how much people care about this motherfucker. AEW didn't even write his name properly in the match. They call him Kyle Fletch on their own website. Okay, his name's Kyle Fletcher. This is what I mean.
Hold on. But before any of that, though, like they had that fucking that Orange Cassidy and fucking the Orange Cassidy, Tony Khan and fucking Claudio fucking press conference, but they clipped it, dude. You know what I'm saying? And like the way they clipped it was like I couldn't understand or follow any of that shit, man. And that's just like I don't know, like who's editing this shit?
It's just garbage. Yeah, it's garbage, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to talk about.
No. That's good. You pointed out. You're like, yeah, like I couldn't follow it, and it's like you're a guy who watches wrestling all the time. Right. If you can't follow simple things, man, like you guys just had a random press conference last week that nobody knew about till now, and it's a clipped pre-tape. It makes no sense, bro. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, right. So the main event, though, okay, Takeshita versus Kyle Fletch, according to AEW. So Tony Khan, if you're in the Discord, fire the guy who writes for your goddamn website because he doesn't even know the name of the people either. So whatever, man. Oh, they can do the moves. Great match, I guess. Awesome. Takeshita's $1 million, but I don't know, man. Who won this thing too? I forget. It was Fletcher. Okay. But did Fletcher beat Takeshita? No. He hit him with the knee strike. Yeah.
So what happened? So Takeshita won, but then fucking Fletch, right? Yeah. Fletch attacked him with that chair.
Right.
And then Don was all like, "Oh,
you earned it.
So now you're in the group." So
fucking gross. So he was a heel that then got turned babyface and cut babyface promos for 2 weeks to then become a heel, like AR Fox.
Yeah.
Fucking goofy shit.
Yep.
So we spent entirely way too much time on Rampage, but it's because we gotta go in on it, man. And some motherfuckers are in our comments trying to be like, "Oh, how does it feel to be a tribalist?" We're like, dude, I just shit all over NXT. The difference is that WWE fans don't come crying in our comments like you fucking weirdos do, all sensitive and shit, every time we review NXT and go, this was shit, this is what's good. So we just blew the fuck out of Santana and Ortiz, and then we talked about how ridiculous this other garbage is. Don't tell us we're fucking being biased. We're just calling a spade a spade. So,
well, it's just like it's cherry picking, man. It's like people not like, okay, obviously, like we can't just fucking assume everyone knows who the fuck we are, even though they should.
But like, dummy.
Top
pod.
But we are the top pod. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Other than corny. Shout out to Jim Cornette and Brian Last. Anyways, but just that, like, people are all like, "Oh, the tribalism with PWT," and it's all like, I'm pretty sure I'm constantly bitching at Phil off pod about the shit he be saying about NXT work, shoot work. People are only hearing what we're saying on the pod, obviously, but it's like we shit on everything, dude.
And
we say it's fucking bad.
And like Hairline did a whole hour-long or half-hour-long review of ICW, NHB, and I was fucking cracking jokes the whole time, laughing and fucking like I was like, dude, I'm cringing right now, and I was like, dude, that's ridiculous, right. I'm just saying what I fucking think, and he enjoys it, you know. It's not that difficult.
Well, most of all, the deathmatch community is fucking welcoming us right in, man. And, you know, like they do the same shit where they crack jokes, you know? Like, dude, think about it. It's Nick Gage carving someone up with a fucking
this guy's talking about injecting a guy with secret Russo poison and he's stumbling around like come on, bro. This is all fucking like you can't knock. And I wasn't being like, man, fuck this guy. It's just like after we're sitting here, after I got to deal with Tony Khan disparaging people in the business and fucking just booking egregious television and then having their people come in and just talk like elitist to everyone, like they're better. Oh, you AEW mark. It's like you're
That's how they act.
It's like you are a fucking, like, it doesn't matter what I'm a mark of. Yeah, I'm a mark of wrestling, but you're a mark too of a different wrestling, but somehow this shit is, and you're always the ones that are like, oh, the numbers don't mean it's better. So then how could your diss to people be, you like this thing that other people don't like, but your defense is like, just let people like what they like. It's crazy. It's so it's just hilarious. So TNA Impact, I don't think that they're quite TNA Impact yet. I think that they are
January 6th.
January 6th. So in the new year, to kick off the new year, we own the night, nothing we can say. I got to learn the lyrics, man, to these songs that I like to sing. TNA Impact.
I like it better you botch them.
We're just going to call it that anyways, dude. And it was a recap show. So good for them. And shout them out. I wasn't going to sit through that. Neither was Hairline. So shout out Impact, though. They're doing things right. They're going in the right direction. Jim Cornette was kind of burying like, oh, they have women wrestling this, and they're burying Scott D'Amore and the bad creative, Jim and Brian Last, and I just disagree with them. I think if you're watching, they got good creative. If you look at what wrestling is, they are doing, even their women shit, most of it is very inoffensive. Even in that battle royal, it was like, we noted it, you know? It was like, okay, everyone who chose to fight each other, like Sonny Kiss is in the middle for me. If he's fighting fucking Jordan Grace or Trinity, it doesn't offend me either way. And we got Juggernaut, she can fight dudes. It reminds me of China. I'm not tripping. So it's like, to me, they got good creative for the spectrum of, like, they're talking about, oh, they had people die and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, I mean, you know, WWE had a hand birth. Mae Young birthed a hand. Like,
So-
and I'm not, and so we can excuse like the chainsaw match, right? What do me and Hairline do? We laugh at just, it's bullshit, ridiculous, but we broke down the match itself and the way, the lighting and the editing behind it all. You know, we understand there's going to be Austin bedpan
Aesthetics.
moments. It's wrestling. You know, there's going to be the MJF Adam Cole shit that pops people, but Impact's doing good. So shout out Jim and Bryan, but I disagree with them on Impact. I think they're headed in the right way, and Scott D'Amore is the best thing to happen to that company.
Yeah, oh yeah. Scott D'Amore is for sure
Yeah.
like the best thing to fucking happen to fucking TNA in years. I don't know, man. Like I agree with fucking women pulling you out of it, but like Jordan Grace makes sense. You know, like Jordan Grace can be wrestling guys.
If Candice LeRae is fucking body slamming Seth Rollins around, I'll have a problem with it. Or if she's bumping fucking, you know what I
Right.
mean, Jonah around, I'll have a problem with it. But if if Rhea Ripley beats Akira Tozawa, I'm not that offended at that. After they put
Right.
Tozawa through a table or whatever the fuck they did, I'm not that offended at it. So yeah, sorry. Anyways, moving along.
SmackDown, daddy.
Yeah, dude. So we have a lot of shit here. The big things are the contract signing, Reigns and LA Knight, which they kick shit off with, and then we have LWO take on the Street Profits, shit like that. So we kick things off though. They announce on the show that John Cena will battle Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel, and then we have Roman Reigns and the LA Knight contract signing to set off the motherfucking show. Yeah. So this was big body. That announcement was great.
Yeah.
Dave Meltzer was wrong. Once again, a big fucking
Shocker.
price is wrong for Dave Meltzer. And obviously it was going to be Solo Cena. I think this was Cena's last SmackDown on this run. He does Crown Jewel, and then he's done with
Yeah, he
WWE for a little while. So fucking brava, Cena. Brava. We'll just give him a one time for the fucking...
What?
Don't
the
want to get
boys.
fucking oofed off of YouTube. But yeah, man, Cena, thank you so much for this little whatever you did. And thanks so much for, he's probably going to put Solo over, which is the right thing, obviously. I think we get Cena for the
for
last
sure.
time ever at WrestleMania 40. I think that's my fantasy mark booking. So anyways, though, Cena versus Sikoa, and then we get Roman Reigns, LA Knight. Roman Reigns comes out. The tribal chief is being acknowledged. LA Knight comes out and just blows right past him.
Dummy. Yeah.
Fucking
Interrupted
disrespects him, dude. I don't know, man. He's giving me like Austin
Crazy.
vibes and shit. Just comes out
Yeah.
bad out of hell,
Yeah, it's
dude.
great.
They're pushing him so hard. He's gonna do the job to Roman, but he's gonna look so good in this match. The Saudis actually like really requested him. He got a huge pop. He wasn't even on the last card, and the fans clamored for him, and he's a huge attraction for them. Now, obviously, they're working with the WWE, so they know that Roman Reigns, he's keeping this belt, right? To me, keep this belt on Roman till WrestleMania 45, daddy. But all I'm saying is LA Knight is going to have a great showing, and they're going to have a bunch of crazy false finishes, and I'm just ready for this match. They're going to grip me into it, even though I know Roman's walking away. And that's what Roman does every match. I'm like, shit, are they?
Right.
Are they going to take it off him? Like, they always do a good job of that, but LA Knight backdrops Jimmy through a table, fucking stiff, daddy. I was like, ooh, shit. And yeah, though, that was the end of the segment. Your thoughts on all that?
So fucking the pop for LA Knight, man. My city did me proud. You know, it was beautiful. Roman was big bodying the shit out of LA Knight on the mic though when he finally did speak, and fucking just LA Knight sitting at the head of the table, all that shit. Just the blatant Stone Cold Steve Austin like the disrespect, you know. Okay, hold on. So fucking LA Knight, he told the crowd to wait to do the fucking with everybody saying, he was like, nope, not yet. So fucking, can we confirm that fucking
He listens to the pod, and not only that, he
Yep,
did what
there
I
we
said.
go.
I said it doesn't matter what he's saying. It doesn't matter where he's at. He just needs to get his point across, then at the end go, and with everybody saying. And that's exactly what he did at the end, man. That's how he ended his
crazy,
shit.
bro.
Boom. LA Knight listens to the fucking pod.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Yeah,
For
fuck
sure
yeah,
Triple H does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Table spot for the fucking neckbeards in attendance. They got what they wanted there. Fucking LA Knight was stopping mud holes, bro. And it's like, it's once again, it's that when you're so over, less is more. So it's just like, man, that's more evidence that He's the guy.
He's the guy, man. So then, yeah, we get the LWO. We get Escobar and Carlito teaming for the first time. They take on the Street Profits. Street Profits get the win, rightfully so. And then we get, or just your thoughts on that quick, and then we'll go to the backstage stuff.
Fucking Mr. Belair was yelling at fucking Carlito to follow the rules because like Carlito kind of let go of the rope and he was leaning in and he was just like, nah, bro, you can't be doing that shit. Dawkins took a really savage ass knee from Escobar. I'm a really big fan of Escobar's knees. And then fucking we had the Logan Paul afterbirth with him attacking fucking Ray. And then like Carlito was just standing there, and then Escobar would be like, no, go help him and whatnot. The Street Profits have been doing this shit where like, you know, obviously they tag and they dummy, yeah. They do their tag moves together and whatnot. And they were just like trying to do tag team psychology with like doing the blocks and whatnot. Mr. Belair fucking went in to fucking pin fucking Escobar, even though he wasn't the legal man. And it's just all like, dude, holy shit. I don't know if you caught that, but like fucking dummy, yeah.
Dummy, yeah.
Dummy, yeah.
So backstage, Paul Heyman.
Thank you, LA.
Yeah, Paul Heyman had a Green Bay Packers championship belt. He tells Rain he's going to give it to LA Knight because that's the closest thing Knight or the Green Bay Packers are ever going to come to being champions. Cheap Heat, yeah. Jimmy comes in, and I don't know. He's laying around.
Redso?
Yeah, Redso. So we're seeing fucking Redso and Reigns are kind of beefing here. He's just Roman's really not impressed. You can kind of tell. So backstage, Logan Paul said his fist is as big as Ray's head, and they're going to fight. And he keeps talking about Dylan Dennis and shit. He doesn't know, like you said, he's not putting his fucking opponents over. He's just, someone's got to talk to him because he's great. Just someone's got to be like, dude, you don't bury your opponent. That's not how you get them over. Theory and Waller argue with Owens.
Oh, to like throw you a little bone here. What'd you like about fucking Logan Paul putting weight classes over?
Yeah, no, I like that shit, dude. So Theory and Waller argue with Kevin Owens because he's always mad. He's like, I'll knock both of you down with one punch, and he did. And then we get Cedric Alexander interrupted by Dragon Lee. It would be my pleasure to wrestle you tonight. So this is a fantasy Mark AEW book match for you fucking marks. And that's okay once in a while. And the other thing is Cruiserweight division, Cruiserweight title, bring it back. Weight classes. Earlier today, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven interrupted Shotzi, who was talking to Aldis. Shotzi asked Aldis for a match against Green. Blech. And then we get said match, Shotzi versus Green with Niven. And Shotzi gets the win on Green. God damn, Green is someone you want on your roster because she's the Miz of women's wrestling in the WWE. She'll do whatever it takes, and she's a big star. Your thoughts on all the backstage shit and that match?
KO knocking them all out at once was kind of funny. Fucking, I was calling him an off-brand Swerve Strickland, so like, but that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? And then, Shitzy versus fucking Chelsea, man. Here comes Shotzi to green it up. No pun intended. I don't know, man. I really I enjoy the chemistry that Chelsea and Piper have. Like they're really coming in as a fucking tag team. Graves goes, yeah. So Shotzi's outfit there is made out of an actual straitjacket, and then KP goes, I want to know why you even know that. And it was just like that popped the shit out of me, bro. So
we get John Cena for the first time in 20 years. He says he's in the ring and he goes, I feel like I'm in jeopardy. Dude, this promo is so good. He's like, I feel like I'm in jeopardy of losing your respect. I need a win at Crown Jewel so I don't lose the people's respect. Heyman came out and thanked Cena. He thanked him for the houses. He's like, thank you for the fucking house, dude. I love that. He's like, it all started in the boardroom when I was running SmackDown and they said, yo, first round draft choice from OVW. And I said, John Cena. That's fucking tight. And SummerSlam, Roman Reigns beat the shit out of you. And yeah, dude, you are the best, but Solo's going to hit you with the spike and you won't be able to talk anymore and do Hollywood, John. What's going to happen when you lose your voice? Fucking Solo attacks him and spikes him. This is all great shit, buddy. And then, your thoughts on that? It was just money, right? Yeah, just basically Cena being humble as fuck. And it's definitely sounding like Cena is going to be putting Solo over. Yep. So backstage, Knight said he's going to defeat Jimmy Uso. Yeah. Then we get Dragon Lee versus Cedric. They make Dragon look really good. Cruiserweight division, bring it back. Yeah. Yeah, so like it was cool to see these guys working holds at the start. You know, I was really big fan of that. But most of all, I don't think Cedric caught a vibe when he was up on the top rope, and that's really what bothered me. Yeah, dude. So in the ring, Bianca Belair says she got cashed in on, lost my belt. Damage control put me out of action. I'm going to get my rematch against Io Sky. And next week I'm facing Bayley. So I think Bianca's going to win in Crown Jewel against Io. That is my prediction.
So like Belair looked like one giant fucking bedazzle project.
Yep.
Very tacky. But god damn it, they're for sure giving the fucking belt back to Bianca, man. And like, I don't want to say that's not the right move because like, God, man, like they gave the belt to Io Sky, but it was all like
in Saudi.
Or
was it Saudi? Where was she getting popped for? Huge. I think it was Saudi.
That was the UK.
I can't remember, but listen though,
it was the UK.
Here's the thing though, it's time to just move along to Io versus Bayley, and Dakota Kai, and have them be mean to fucking Io, and then maybe Io teams with Kyrie's coming back, so maybe Io's like, hey, I called my friend, Kyrie comes back.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because it's just like it's time to move on. I'm ready and Bianca's a huge star. She's over as shit, and you just do it. I think just do it. Give it to Bianca. I'm okay with that for now. Anyways, yeah. So then we move along to the main event: LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso, Redso. A great match. His brother Jay Bluso main evented the Raw. Jimmy's main event in SmackDown. LA Knight gets the win. After the match, Reigns tries to attack Knight, but Reigns gets hit with the BFT. Reigns is gonna beat him at Crown Jewel. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man. So like, it looked like fucking Jimmy lost a tooth or lost his gum or something there early on in the match. But there was no
blood, veneer, maybe. Yeah, maybe a veneer got knocked out.
Not to like shit on this, but like neither wrestler was trying to fucking hide their communication between each other. They were just out there fucking blabbing, and
they were just calling spots like loud as shit.
Yeah, not a fan of that, man. And then the Roman afterbirth, man. Roman taking a blunt force trauma. He's making LA Knight look like the star he is, and like that's huge of Roman, man.
Yeah, man. Good build. I bet you the Bloodline gets the beat down on LA Knight next, or this upcoming SmackDown, and then the Bloodline will win at fucking Crown Jewel. All right, so moving along. So some breaking news headline as we're recording our episode where we review Collision, and we're going to talk about ratings. I guess the ratings sucked, or I have no idea. I don't know what people are talking about, but there's some idiot on fucking X and Reddit or something. Everyone's roasting them on Reddit, and they're called at Pro Wrestling Times or Pro Wrestling Times, and then their name is Pro Wrestling Times. And so they're either parodying us or pretending to be us, or I don't know what they're doing. I just look in their AEW marks, like I looked at their page. But that is not us, guys. So people are hating. They're coming to our YouTube channel under the last pod and under the most recent clips and stuff. And they're like, oh, you guys accused Matthew Perry's death of being the reason that the ratings were low on Collision. And that's what this idiot did do. We just called him out on X. If you guys see this motherfucker, it's like at Pro Wrestling Times on X or whatever. And I guess we're on Reddit getting roasted. People think it's us. It's not us. You guys know we're just about to review Collision, let alone talk about the ratings, let alone we wouldn't even talk about Matthew Perry's death on this fucking show. You guys know, like we just like in our Discord too, we're like, you guys no outside shit, wrestling only. Like this is our wrestling escape. The most we'll do is talk about music and movies. Matthew Perry died. R.I.P. bro. I love fucking Friends. Why would we roast that? And we're not such delusional marks. Here's the thing too. Our listeners know we get called WWE shows all the time. So why would we defend what fucking like that's stupid, and that account's not us, which is all that matters. We don't have to justify the logic. It's not us. This person's either trolling us or they're an idiot and just picked a really similar name. Shut out the name. No, just kidding. But yeah, that's not us. So if you guys see that shit, let everyone know that's not them. And yeah, we addressed it on the show. Shout out that dummy.
Logically, aren't like the ratings not out for a couple of days?
I guess they're out now. I don't know. But this motherfucker said, oh, the viewership was down because Matthew Perry's death and football and stuff. I mean, we wouldn't even say that. We would make fun of the ratings for being low. We wouldn't defend the rating first off. So people who know us know that. But we're about to get a bunch of attention, I think, because a lot of accounts are tweeting this out and a lot of people think it's us. So if you guys are all here listening to us about to hate it, we never said that. That's not us. And fuck that guy who said that fucking dummy. Like, come on, dude.
Dummy, yeah.
I hate when people start speculating on fucking these deaths too when they happen. Ooh, what happened? I don't fucking let the family grieve, you fucking weird monsters. So we're about to review So we're about to review the collision that we got accused of saying that we didn't even talk about yet. So hairline. I hope you're ready
for
it.
Traveling.
Yeah, dude, time traveling. But yeah, that's not us, folks. You guys know that. So, anywho, and yeah, we jumped before we get into the collision. I jumped on it already. I did some posts. You check out our YouTube. That was not us. That's some fucking idiot. And we called him out on X. And I was like, dude, change your fucking name, you idiot. If you're gonna say dumb shit. So I don't know. Fuck him. He can, if he wants, he can debate us on the show. If he wants to tell us why he fucking wants to use our name and say dumb shit. And if it was an honest mistake. But yeah, fuck that guy. Anyways, AEW Collision results for October 28th, 2023. This was last night. I watched this at the time of recording, and they're at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Newcastle, Connecticut. Doesn't fucking matter because the show kicks off with AR Fox and Switchblade. Jay White, I was like, yay, Jay White. Where the fuck has AR Fox been this whole motherfucking time? All of a sudden, he's just back on TV. So yeah, AR Fox, Switchblade, I mean, they had a solid match. AR Fox, though, it's like, where have you been? You just did a little flipperoo, flipped back heel, baby face, whatever. Hairline, your thoughts?
The shooting star press off the apron was sick. You know,
yes.
How he pivoted off the turnbuckle and whatnot. But it was like he did a flip on the outside, to Bullet Club Gold, and then he did one on the fucking Switchblade, and then everyone was just like, holy shitting, you know. And it's just like, man, that's really all it takes to get over with these fucking neckbeards, is doing little fucking flips and fucking that's why we say this shit, you know what I'm saying? Dude. And then the afterbirth with MJF stealing back his title, but then he fumbled it back to Switchblade, and
that was so cringe, man. Why even have that on the show?
Cringe as fuck, bro. Jesus.
So,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Pissing in our mouths. So we get an AEW Trios champion. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass said next week on Collision, they're going to celebrate 69 days as champs. So cringe. The boys, Brandon and Brent, with Dalton Castle, took on the Guns, Austin and Colton, with BCG. Good shit. I'm always down with more BCG. The boys are okay. Dalton Castle's great, obviously. And yeah, man, they got hit with the 310 to Yuma, though, and lost a glorified squash. And yeah, man, MJF has a yet to be named partner, so we'll see who that is coming up against the Guns. Your thoughts?
It was just like they made really quick work of them and whatnot. Like, I guess, like, it makes sense that the boys would just be squashed like that, but like, these aren't credible opponents. Like, like, when's the last time the boys even wrestled? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Man, dude, I missed the Acclaimed pre the titles. Like I said this on episode 35. You look at the old episodes, I was so geeked on the Acclaimed, and I was like, oh, they need these titles, and this title run's been a fucking flop, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I agree. So then we get Lexi Nair backstage with Hollywood hunk Ryan Nemeth. He's talking about how he's got a movie coming out. I think he's in that Von Erich movie. He's got a national comedy tour. He's going to be the voice of a grocery chain line commercials or something.
And then he's like, Dolph's brother?
Yeah, this is Dolph's brother. And then he's like, oh, but I want CJ Perry. Like, I got a proposition for her or whatever. So it's like, okay, you know, I guess more of that. And then we have Fright Night Fight, Hikaru Shida versus Abadon, which was just their version of the NXT shit. They did the bump on the candies. Abadon's clearly going to lose. She just gets shoehorned in because it's Halloween. It's great. And
yeah, it's
I don't
spooky.
know, man. It's just silly. It's just silly to me. Your thoughts on this match? I know you're going to have thoughts.
The Miro shit, it's just like another guy getting cucked out by Miro again. Again. We're just gonna keep having this cucking till I guess Andrade, huh?
Yeah, dude.
And then so Abadon versus Shida, fucking, it was such Mark shit. Abadon's the zombie. Shida was Ada Wong from Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? Resident Evil versus the zombie. Fucking marks. But like, so okay, this is the budget here, you know, like we can have this little one webbing of spider webs and then like the 3 pumpkins or whatever. Like I thought this was a billionaire and all he can afford is the one fucking bag. Or I guess it's the same billionaire that could only afford the fucking $24 ring from fucking TJ Maxx or whatever.
Jesus.
But like, man, I immediately take back everything bad I said about the Devil's Playground match, you know, like for real, bro. Like,
was this one better or what?
yeah. What was Abadon like supposed to like fucking sound like Beetlejuice with all her grunting and Sheeta.
I mean, I guess
don't know,
so,
man.
dude. It's fucking awful.
And then we had that broomstick spot. And then I was like, oh, there's no way we're gonna have worse than the broomstick spot. And then we had the blockbuster onto the candy. Somehow, fucking mere seconds later, we outdid the stupidity of the broomstick spot, you know?
Yeah. It was okay. That kind of popped me a little bit, but it was what it was. It was like, hey, are you gonna impale her with that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just I don't fucking know, man. It's just fucking childish. And then so Toni Storm saunters down to the ring and then comes down and chills out on the commentary table, hands him the orange. She called the fucking commentary team the B team.
Oh.
Yeah, that popped me, man. These neckbeards are being super cringe with all the Toni footage, though. They're fucking, it's creepy, man. Like the way they take these pictures of fucking Toni and fucking Sky Blue and shit. Jesus.
Yeah, they go too hard just to where it's like kind of cringy, to be perfectly honest. But okay, so then
cringe.
we get an ROH World Television Championship match: Samoa Joe versus Rhett Titus. Rhett Titus is dope, but man, he was shitty in this match. I don't know what it was. He was like overdoing it, like trying to get a job or something. But just a glorified squasher. I like it. Keep Joe fucking crushing. Your thoughts?
Joe versus the Ring of Honor jobber and whatnot. It's fucking, the match started with chain wrestling, but it just quickly became another fucking Samoa Joe squash match. But like wrestling psychology wise, that's what it should be, right?
Yeah, man.
That's Joe booked properly. But honestly, fucking Hot Sauce held his own longer than I thought he was going to. So like props on that end. But like it kind of just like discredits Joe in a way that like, you know, it took a little extra effort to fucking put this jobber down, man.
Okay, so footage aired from last night's Rampage of Renee Paquette interviewing QT and the QTV crew.
No, you said Rampage. No, you said, oh, okay, it was Rampage. Fuck, yeah. Damn it.
But so QT's the AAA Latin American title, and he's like, I'm back in AEW and plan to like, who gives a fuck about any of this? And then up next, we get an injury update on Danielson. He actually got his face caved in.
Where was the music video? They said they got a new music video, and then
they didn't play it. Okay, because I was like, I didn't miss it, did I? Like, Jesus. American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, he's injured, and then Claudio cuts a brilliant fucking promo, and he's like, no, I'm going to hurt you. Like, Okada, wherever the fuck you are, he became Liam Neeson from Taken. He's like, I will find you. And then he just said the logical thing. He's like, Orange, I don't got to look for you. I know where the fuck you're going to be at next week. It's me and you for the internet. I'm like, damn, they're getting me invested in an Orange match. But he's going to lose to Claudio. I mean, Claudio's going to lose to Orange, and Claudio should be, he's the Swiss Superman. He's an international star. They've had all Americans other than Phoenix who accidentally became a champ, be their international champ. They need Claudio to win this belt, man. And then, your thoughts on all that. Then we'll get into this match.
Claudio was mad as fuck at Okada. He was also mad as fuck at Orange Cassidy. Now, fucking, we're just lucky, man, because 2 days in a row now, a wrestling promo is fucking broken out of nowhere. And we're seeing actual fucking wrestling promos, dog. Fucking beautiful. Okay, so here's the thing, man. I don't mean to fucking do the fucking, but this is what the internet says. But everyone fucking goes, oh, the WWE was so fucking shitty to fucking Cesaro and blah, blah, blah. But it's all like, Claudio's about the fucking job to Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, man.
Unless it's a swerve. But I really, like, it's like we were saying with the whole Jungle Boy being the devil. It's like Tony only does the opposite of what he should do. So we already know Claudio's jobbing, dog.
Yeah, dude. And then, so then we get FTR's Dax Harwood with Cash Wheeler. He takes on Absolute Ricky Starks with Big Bill. Man, this match was pretty solid. I just didn't care. Like, I'm so uninvested in a lot of this AEW stuff now, man. I'm sorry, but I popped huge at the end. The LFI return. La Facción Ingobernable storm down to the ring, and they help FTR. I don't know why, but they start brawling the House of Black, and I'm down. I was saying it. I was like, get Roosh, get Andrade, get fucking Dralistico, and have them have trios, Mexico-style 6-man tags against the House of Black, and that's how you get this shit over. And they're doing that, I guess. So, yeah, shout out fucking LFI. I'm pumped. Your thoughts?
So House of Black showed up. Hopefully we get at least 6 more blackouts before the show ended.
Yeah.
Only got 4.
Too bad.
A little shy. And then, so like House of Black appears at the side, and then Tony goes, and Julia Hart was standing in the rampway, and it's all like, but then they didn't show her. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously spoilers, she comes out at the end, but it's like Tony Schiavone like just like accidentally stooged the return of Julia
Reading
Hart.
a script, bro.
And what I think it was just, well, I just think it was like Tony like on the headset. Yeah, so and then we're gonna have Julia Hart come on at then, and it's all like he's talking all fast and shit. So like Tony's not taking in everything the other Tony's saying, you know.
Dude, I'm gonna go back and make 10 minutes of Young Bucks. I'm gonna do that from that show because I want you to see. Lexi Nair was back. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah, last thoughts on that. Sorry.
I got a couple things.
So yeah, go ahead.
Fucking, I don't know if you caught this, but fucking, there's Brody King's big ass standing there, and this fan kept trying to peek around him to look at like the match and shit, and it was just like, man, imagine that fucking fan that just like trying to enjoy the show, but there's fucking,
oh come on, lots of fans did that with Andre.
Hanging out, bro. Is Tony Khan mad at FTR? What's going on here, bro?
I think so. The word on the streets is, the word on the X is that FTR wouldn't do they didn't want to do business or so. Like the reason the belts went on Starks and Big Bill is because FTR, I guess they turned down a storyline, or they were like, no, we're not going to lose the belts to the Bucks or something along those lines. At least these are the rumors and innuendos being spread around, and I might be a little bit off on that, but I think I'm correct on that. That's sort of the notion, is that FTR kind of having boo-boo face lately.
They have though, man. Like they don't seem invested or like that they care or anything. And
well, how could you? Yeah,
touche for sure. And then so I'm not educated on fucking Roosh or his faction or anything, but you are always putting Roosh over to me and whatnot. So fucking,
and there's Dralistico, that's Mystico's brother, and then you had Preston Vance. He was 10 in Dark Order, but also in their faction is like Andrade and stuff. So I'm like, kick 10 out and fucking have Andrade, or just have 10 as the heater in their corner and just have Andrade, Roosh, because they're like cousins or brothers or something. They're all related. Dragon Lee is Roosh's brother or something like that, right? Dragon Lee was in the faction.
I had no idea, dog.
Yeah. Well, I'm letting you know. And Dragon Lee was in the faction. And when Dragon Lee came to AEW, and you go, wonder why he signed with WWE. He went to AEW, had a match with them, and then they kicked him out the group and ripped his mask off on TV. It's like, you wonder why he went to WWE? Yeah, dude. So anyways, though, not to make it about that, speaking of Andrade, Lexi Nair's backstage with Andrade. Or sorry, what were your thoughts on Rooch, though, in LFI?
Fuck all that. Julia Hart's back, dog.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. So Andrade's back. Yeah. Hopefully, I can't wait to see her botch some fucking moonsaults next week. So
I can't wait to see what inappropriate pictures the neckbeards are going to take of her.
Yeah. So Andrade's like, CJ Perry, LFI. No, I rock with myself. So I'm like, fuck. I want to see Andrade be with these guys, but it is what it is. So TBS champion Chris Statlander was backstage with Lexi Nair now. Lexi's the Renee of fucking Collision. So Statlander asked for some time to speak with Willow and Sky Blue again. They just did this, but again,
we literally just did this,
and it's the exact same thing, except for this time. Ready, guys? Sky walks away. Oh my goodness! So
listen. Yeah, there was a difference.
Oh, what's the difference? Sorry, give it to me.
Statlander didn't open the promo up with "We're all friends."
We're all friends.
You know what she wanted to do.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great. I'm sorry, though. Continue.
Well, no, I just wanted to say that earlier in the day, I X'd out in response to something. I just wrote basically like, okay, the problem with AEW is that, every story's like, it's like, and then. Like Julia Hart is going to be a good guy, and then she's going to get misted, and then she's going to turn into a bad guy, and then she's going to super kick this person, and then they're not going to be friends. When it's like, bro, the story, like, that's not what the story's supposed to be like, like I tweeted this out or whatever, like Sky Blue, I forget what I said, and I can't find it, but I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, you just have to ask yourself like the questions like, okay, Sky Blue is a good guy, but she wants a shot at the TBS championship. Therefore, she turns evil because She feels betrayed by her friends and she was misted by Julia. You have to like because, therefore, but like these sort of things, not and then, you know, and I don't know if that even makes sense. That story beat, I learned that from Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the guys who make South Park.
I just hope this leads to Sky Blue tagging with fucking Julia Hart, but I doubt like that's the logical.
That's
thing.
Logical. I just don't. I know, but I just don't. I don't. That would make. I wouldn't care whatsoever. So, anyways, though, BCC's Claudio versus Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, a squash match. Claudio just fucking murked this guy right on. MJF was, but like everyone can't just have squash matches. And that's how we keep. You have everyone squashing people to try and keep them over.
I said on Rampage that fucking Claudio wrestled Hot Sauce, and I was like, it was just like two jobbers bled together in my head.
Yeah, dude. So MJF was warming up backstage. He was approached by Joe. Again, I could be your friend, Max. You just need to scream my name and shit. So whatever.
They could be what?
Friends.
Exactly.
So main event time, AEW World Championship match, MJF versus Kenny Omega. Jim Ross is at the booth, and he was great. Like, I don't know, was he on testosterone right now? Jim Ross was sounding great in this match. His calls were great. I mentioned it earlier in the show at one point. They're like, just a reminder, MJF is the world champ, but Jay White has the belt, and fucking Jim Ross just burst out laughing because it's like, yeah, dude, like it's silly. So, anyways, though, this match, dude,
they gave the main event 35 minutes,
and it was awesome, bro. And I gotta be honest, I tweeted something out here. I just want to find it quick, but Hairline, this was a great goddamn match. I wrote Kenny Omega versus MJF was phenomenal. The Spaceman plancha was rough, and it went just a smidge too long, but wow, awesome match. And I said earlier in the show, he hits him with the Panama Flip Destroyer, the Panama Sunrise, and then he picks him up and puts him through the rope and hits him with the pile driver that he already kicked out of. But I guess it's like, he stacked up the move and hit him with a number, but he picks Kenny up and then puts him in the thing. And that's where I'm just like, you guys, what?
Yeah, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh!
And then when MJF did the fucking plancha and he botched it and Kenny had to like run and catch him. And it just, he landed on the rope kind of, and he could have really hurt himself. And it's just not MJF, bro. We know you're that good. I know, Hairline knows. But he's really trying to, like, this match was like getting his character over of like, look, I can do the Mark shit, but I don't. Like rubbing it in the neckbeards' faces. That's his whole character. We cover it every show. But this match was really fucking good, dude. And Kenny looked like $1 million. Dude, his gear, like sometimes he comes out wearing like gray gear that looks like it was fucking finger painted on. This gear looked so good, dude. And this is the Kenny I love. This is the Kenny in pure form. There was a couple spots where like they trade poison Ranas, and I'm like,
I think it was a Street Fighter cosplay.
Whatever it was, dude, it was like Bret Hart crossed with Street Fighter. So I don't care. I just apply it to him, and I go, he was dripping. Max looks great. He's in great shape. They're selling their asses off. A lot of these bumps, a lot of these moves, even the dives had good psychology as far as like they did, even though this plancha, he botched it kind of like it was this, like what they were doing was okay. Your thoughts though, on the match and all of that. I'm not trying to shit all over it, but yeah, I definitely thought, and then Kenny loses. It is what it is. We know it's going to happen. They had a brilliant match. And then after it went off air, they cut these promos like, let me tell you a story 10 years ago. This guy, my dreams, the dreams, tired of all that shit, but at least they saved it for off air. But a phenomenal main event though. Your thoughts?
So remember when MJF didn't pander to the fucking neckbeards?
Yeah.
You remember those good old days?
Yep.
I miss them.
Me too.
And I think about back to this all the goddamn time when I was at first praising AEW and you were just like, you just wait, dude. You're eventually going to get it. That is the same thing week in and week out. And it really is, man. It's just Tony using different action figures each week, doing the same fucking storyline. It's
with
the same
tunnel
squash
vision.
Matches.
With tunnel vision.
Yeah, dog. Exactly, with tunnel vision. But all right, so the match itself, fucking JR was pointing out the crowd was popping the heel shit. JR's just constantly got to be like, fuck this. There was that neck break or whatever that Kenny took, and then they like it just like looked like shit, bro. And then they replayed it, and it's just like, why are they replaying shitty looking spots, bro?
Yeah, dude. Are you talking about where he did like the butterfly up shoulder breaker?
Yeah. And then they replayed it right away.
Okay, because that looked brutal. Like I was like, that looked like it shoot hurt. The power bomb on the knee looked like it shoot hurt. And then the power bomb through the table, I was like, you're gonna fucking kill him. Like he gut wrenches him, holds him dead weight, powers him up, barely gets him all the way up, tables him like back of his head. Thank God MJF's okay. And I was just like, pourquoi? Why?
Tables him.
How come? Like, just suplex him through the shit. Like, what the
shit?
Fuck? Jesus.
This one hurt, man. JR said sequences, and that just fucking, I don't know.
Wrestling's dead. Wrestling's dead, yeah.
Yeah, so fucking, and then fucking, there was a buckle bomb, and Toni called it a fucking power bomb into the turnbuckle.
Right, and when another one of those was when MJF does that move where he like cradles them and then he pops them up, flips them. It's like a pump handle flip sit out bomb. I don't know what you call it. That's the best way to say it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so he pump handles them, but half Nelsons them, and then he picks them up. And Penta L Zero does it as well. And then you flip them and sit out into like a driver. He did that, and then I think Toni goes, "Oh, and he did a Blue Thunder bomb."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Michael Cole.
Kenny kicked out and MJF fell over from it. You know what I'm saying? MJF just literally fucking like got knocked out from a kick out, bro. Why the fuck is this happening? And then, okay, so then after fucking, what did Hobbs have? Like, why was Hobbs watching all this?
They're all watching MJ. And I like that, dude. I liked when they showed, the BCG are watching. And then they showed Joe standing there watching. I was like, this is good. I'm like, this is how you do this. And then there was like 7 other to where I was like, this is like a Saturday Night Live parody of this show. Like, after like the fifth, 6th, they show like 6 people watch. I'm going, come on.
Well, yeah,
you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what did Hobbs have to do with any of this?
I mean, he's watching MJ. Like, I don't fuck him. He's watching Kenny because he beat up Jericho. He wants Kenny next.
I want to praise something here quick. It was the first time in fucking AEW history we didn't have Afterbirth in the main event. It actually just fucking, they wrestled and raised each other's hands, and that was that. Yeah,
and I'm okay with all that, but again, like you're saying, it's all friends and shit. Isolate this moment, the handshake, all that was good shit. You're right, though. Throughout all the shit, it's just friends, my dreams, friends, my dreams.
Yeah, my friend dreams friends.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, man. This main event, though, was fucking... Well, should we drop it a fucking bomb, dude? I'll drop a bomb on that shit. Because I know, like, dude, you were popping for the table spot, and like, for sure, you enjoyed the match, though, right? Like, come on, like, it wasn't the most egregious offense. Like, if that was a WWE main event, we'd go, oh, because they don't do it all the time. So this isolated alone, it was a good match, though, right? Like, this is like very New Japan-y, whatever.
Probably 4 stars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fucking, but like, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to immediately contradict myself and shit on it, but it's all like, I get pulled out of it when like they're just hugging. 24 hours ago, you guys were calling each other bitches, and like, you know, now it's Ring of Honor, Pride.
Well, I'm okay. I'm like, all right, you know, it's like fight talk, I guess, but it's just weird. Like, that crowd was so hot for that fucking match, dude. And AEW, man, they're doing like, you know, a little bit of 3K, 4K, 5K here and there attendance. They're getting it back, you know, a little bit. So maybe they get a little second wind here. I'd be okay with it. But this wasn't like, you know, this is mostly disappointing TV this week from them. And then honestly, WWE gave us like all that LA. SmackDown's fucking phenomenal, you know? Usually always. It's a great show. But yeah, with that being said, guys, that's another edition of PWT.
Oh shit.
Pro Wrestle Times podcast. Yeah. And make sure you check us out at Pro Wrestle Times on X and Reddit. I went and made a Reddit as we were doing this show. We're u/Pro Wrestle Times, because fuck these marks pretending to be us. We're not Pro Wrestling Times or Pro Wrestling Times. We're Pro Wrestle Times on YouTube, Pro Wrestle Clips on YouTube, Pro Wrestle Times everywhere else, PWT Podcast on TikTok. And our patrons, we're patreon.com/Pro Wrestle Times.
2 episodes ago, we broke 1,000. Today, we just broke 1,800. So that's fucking
on the Tiki-Talkie. And we're almost at followers. We're almost at 950 on the clips. We're at 200 on just the podcast audio channel. Guys, we thank you so much, and especially our patrons, all 4 of you: Russ Paxson, Rico Rodriguez, Mark Q the Mark, Ashley V. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to support us, hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe, whatever. But also hit up our Patreon. There's hours of bonus shit to the patron. It's not shit. It's gold. Rubies, baby. It's gems. So we love you so much. Thanks for rocking with us. And yeah, fuck all those phonies pretending to be us, man. They're just hating. For Phil Marks, I was here. Now I'm out. Yeah. And hairline. He was definitely here. And
I'm
he's
headed
out.
into the upside down.
And I'm gonna snap into a Slim Jim. Night, Daddy. Ooh, yeah. I'll take the collagen off. Upside down. Hop.